What up, what up, what up? I'm Jake.
I'm Jim.
Welcome to Secret Hideout, place where we talk you can't bring to the dinner table.
Let's get it.
Let's get it. What's up, Zoe?
What up, guys?
What up, baby?
Episode 97?
96.
96. Episode 96.
Yeah, creeping on that 100, boys.
What are we going to do for 100?
I don't know, man.
Nothing. Probably just this right here.
Hopefully you have time to learn.
Hopefully, that'd be great. 100 episodes.
Yeah.
Having time on. We little kind of pop culture heavy.
Yeah.
But it's good stuff though.
Yeah, it's a lot of good stuff.
We go everywhere.
All
at once.
All at once.
everywhere, all at once.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah, Jim. No, we do. We go all over the place with our pop culture. We go in the fucking 80s. We go to the 90s. We go to the current. We talk about everything, everywhere, all at once, and how fucking brilliant that movie is. We get into Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
The book version.
The book to movie comparison.
We talk Predator. Then we kind of go into talk a little bit of baseball and what they do to their baseballs that
Money.
we never knew about.
Oh, there you go. Snapshot.
Yeah. So and then we open up, or we end it with an opportunity, possible opportunity with your help as the listener. You know, can we get a child icon of Jim and I's childhood on the show to talk? And so check it out. I think you'll dig it.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go.
Episode 96 here. You boys ready to do this shit?
96.
Yeah.
What are we jumping into today?
Man, I got some pop culture. I got a little bit of random shit. I got a little bit of everything today. No Secret Hideout sports. We haven't done any sports lately. It's that off season.
Yeah, there's nothing interesting going on.
Yeah. Let's hit that pop culture.
Pop it, baby.
I watched Predator.
Predator?
Yeah.
The old one?
Great movie. Great movie.
Yeah, I watched it last night. I want to watch Predator 2 tonight because the new one comes out Friday. I'm excited about it.
Prey?
Prey, yeah.
Comes out Friday?
Yeah, on Hulu.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't have Hulu.
You don't have Hulu?
No, we have a free one.
Yeah, use the free one.
I can't watch a movie with commercials.
Oh, yeah. I was wondering about that because, I was like, does Hulu? Because I don't use Hulu that much. You know, we have it.
Yeah.
We use for scrubs and shit. And so
Okay.
I put on Predator and commercials popped up, and I was like, they do commercials to movies?
Yeah.
You know? So.
It's stupid. I can't do it. We tried watching what's that movie with Rob Schneider? Hot Chick? Yeah, we tried watching that and it had commercials and I was like, no, I can't. I couldn't even do it. Shut it off.
Yeah. I'm wondering if they're going to put commercials in it, though.
Yeah, if you have the cheap one, which you do. If
Yeah,
you
if
have
you don't have the subscription.
Yeah. I really want to see that. I didn't know Prey was coming out that soon. They haven't even dropped a trailer, have they?
Maybe an upgrade for the month.
Did they drop a real ass trailer for that yet?
Why don't I
Yeah.
check right now?
Yeah, we watched it on here.
I thought that was just a teaser trailer.
Oh, maybe it was. I don't want to watch the trailer if they have one.
Okay.
So that's all.
Yeah.
I just want teasers from now on.
You don't like trailers?
Yeah, for certain things, I don't want to see. I don't, because they give away too much now in trailers.
Yeah. I always like trailers. Remember when Max?
I like trailers too.
Remember when Max had that secret that command that you could do that would bring up all bunch of movie trailers? There was a hotkey for Max.
Oh, it take you Apple trailers.
Take you to all the Apple trailers. You could watch all the new movies coming out.
Yeah.
When movies were actually good.
Yeah, I still use that. Apple trailers.
Do you?
Yeah.
On the map on your Mac?
I'm just on the phone. Shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got Apple trailers, right? Is that what I use? Go to Apple trailers. Yeah.
iMovie trailers. Yeah, this is it. But there was some sort of hotkey on the Max that you could like. I can't remember what it was, but it would pretty much just bring up this.
Whoa, what's this movie, dude? That looks like an interesting image.
Yeah, that's why you watch trailers. But yeah, I watched Predator. So Predator Prey's coming out. Maybe I'll upgrade to the commercial free.
I wonder if you can rent it on Amazon.
Probably not.
No, is it
I would
Hulu
assume,
original?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah,
Huh.
yeah. There's a reason for it. I just didn't read about it. Like they wrote an article about.
Yeah, I might
Why?
have to do the same thing because I
But
want to see that.
Early
really bad.
reviews are. I'm seeing it saying it's really good. You know?
I'm pumped on it.
Yeah, I'm really pumped on it too. So I watched. Melissa's never seen Predator before. Any Predator. She didn't know what Predator was.
What?
Yeah, she doesn't know what anything
I
is.
bet
bro.
you Rachel hasn't seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we watched it, and it's a really good movie, man. Like
It's awesome.
it's real simple.
Exactly.
It's like so fucking simple of a movie. Like there's not even that much dialogue in it. It's a lot. It's mainly just like Arnold like walking through the. It's mainly like big jack dudes swinging dicks, walking through the jungle.
yeah,
like,
that's exactly what it is.
trying to be more manlier than the other. Trying to one up each other's like manliness.
Yeah.
And apparently that's like what it was on set too.
Really?
Like, yeah, like it was
A macho fest.
it was like a macho fest. Like all the guys, all the dudes were like they would wake up at like 5 or 6 a.m. They would wake up at like 6 a.m. and like work out at the gym, at like whatever on-set gym there was or some shit. And like they would work out like before shoots so that they looked more jacked.
Yeah, they'd have a pump.
And like Jesse Ventura played a joke on like Arnold where he got in there at like 6. He got in there like, like 10 minutes before 6, and then he poured a bunch of water on himself. And so when Arnold walked in, and he was like pumping, and he was just like, oh, and it made Arnold think that he got in there earlier and was pumping more than him.
Yeah.
So Arnold started coming in
Earlier.
and then he did it again just to fuck with them. And by like Arnold started going in at like 4 a.m., to like
One up him.
to one up them, and like legit fucking went in at 4 a.m. to work out
It doesn't
to like
surprise me.
7.
I'm the star of the show, motherfucker.
And then someone else on set, one of the other big dudes, had a prank on Arnold again where no. It was the opposite. Arnold told one of the wardrobe people to tell, I forgot who it was. It might have been who's the black guy in it?
Apollo Creed.
Not Donald Glover. He's in the sequel, which I want to watch tonight. But that dude, Apollo.
Danny Glover.
Yeah, Danny Glover.
Donald Glover's the rapper. Isn't
Whatever,
he? What the
man.
hell's going on
They're
with the screen
related,
right
aren't
now?
they? But anyways, he told the wardrobe person to tell him, Apollo, that when he was doing the stuff to say that, oh, you have a bigger bicep than Arnold. And then someone brought up a whole like challenge, and that Apollo was like, I bet you a bottle of expensive champagne that my arm is bigger than yours.
Yeah.
And he lost because it was Arnold that told the wardrobe to tell him that.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just like a lot of like macho, like like toxic masculinity. Like that's that movie.
No
bro.
such thing, dude.
All right. Well, if there is, it's that movie.
Yeah.
Okay. Like it's
It's
that
like-
movie. It's those people. All right, that started that shit.
Yeah.
But no, it's a fucking.
That's what we should all strive for.
It's a fucking good ass movie, man, and yeah, it's so effective and, like I said, simple.
And they don't use a lot of CGI and shit. A lot of practical
No, it's,
effects.
No,
yeah,
it's
not
good.
too much CGI other than the fucking his blaster and
Yeah.
his vision and his cloaking.
Yep.
And the Predator's really not in it much, in general.
Just till the second half.
So
right?
did you know though? And there's a whole documentary on this. The original Predator was Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Really?
Really? He was playing him?
He was the Predator. Okay.
Okay.
He got hired on, and the suit they hired some like cheap company to design the Predator, like the alien, and they made some like you look it up. You look up original Predator suit. It's like fucking whack, dude.
Yeah.
It's fucking whack. And they hired Van Damme to do it because they wanted him to be all like ninja.
Karate.
Yeah, like ninja, moving and doing splits and shit.
Splits and kicks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So glad they didn't
Just
do
find
that.
like a picture of it. I guess you could. I guess a video would be cool too. But so they hired Van Damme to do this, and the suit's fucking whack, and it was super. They're like filming in the jungle.
Like that?
You know? Yeah.
Oh my god.
That was for when the red suit. When you see the red suit, that's for when they're using the cloaking device. Okay. So that's how they did the cloaking device. They used some red suit and then they did some camera tricks with it to make it look like it was invisible.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Like green screen shit.
Yeah, green screen type shit. But yeah, so like there it is right there.
Here, give me a still image of it.
It's not. It's not that.
All right,
bad.
let's
It looked
go.
kind of cool.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Like this one right here?
No, just go search images.
Well, image. We got to do video too because the images you might see like art for it. You know what I'm saying? Which might look cool compared to what they were able to
It's
actually
basically
design.
right there.
Okay, yeah, like right there.
I'm so glad
That's
they
not
didn't
that
go-
cool.
Yeah, no.
But that doing kung fu, I don't know,
Actually,
maybe.
It's not terrible. It kind
It's-
of looks. It looks like.
It's like insecty,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
right? It's like an insect,
What does that remind me of? It reminds me of a monster from.
something.
Yeah, the Quiet movie.
It's definitely
maybe?
not no fucking
Quiet Place?
predator though, dude. So anyways, so Van Damme shows up and they're like I forgot where they filmed, but they're filming like jungle shit.
Yeah.
And it's like super I think Mexico, somewhere in Mexico or some shit. But it's super fucking hot, right? They're dealing with like leeches and bugs and rattlesnakes and tarantulas and shit like that. And so Van Damme's super fucking hot. He's in this costume. He can't fucking move, right? The costume isn't allowing him to do his splits,
Yeah.
right? And
His splits.
so he's complaining about that the whole time, and then he starts complaining about how his face isn't going to be shown, right? Because I guess he like took the job, and like his agent was like, "Oh, you're going to be this alien. It's going to be really fucking cool," you know. And then he found out, "Oh, I got to do this in like fucking the jungle in this suit that's super fucking hot that I can't move in, and I'm not going to show my face at all."
Yeah, like fuck that.
And so yeah, so he's bitching about it. He's all coked up probably, you know. And so he quit. I don't know if he quit or they fired him. It doesn't really matter. And then after that, they were like, "All right, this suit's whack, bro." And like I said, they had this cheap ass company doing it. And then the studio was like kind of like looking because Arnold had a lot of sway in the movie too, because he was fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger
Yeah.
like in the fucking 80. This was 87. Like dude's popping, right? Like
Yeah.
dude's megastar.
Yeah.
And so he got a lot of say into it, and he was like, "Yo, this suit's fucking whack. Like, we need to get a different suit, like a different design." And so they went and they hired like a really expensive company, and they came in and they designed
The actual.
the Predator that we know of,
The dread-headed,
the dread-headed. Yeah.
kind of insecty still.
And apparently there is. So he did film. That's him in the suit. That's Van Damme in the red suit right there.
Oh.
Okay, he did film scenes, and apparently there are clips of when it's camouflaged that are actually Van Damme.
Oh, in the movie?
Yeah,
Interesting.
that
Like
in the
maybe-
movie.
Interesting.
Uncredited though.
Oh.
Yeah. So, but yeah, great fucking.
Probably
just,
him running.
Just classic.
Like, just
Where
about
did
to
you
say
watch
that.
Predator?
Granny's probably.
Grannies, bro.
Yeah.
Right. Always watch Predator at Grannies.
Yep.
Great movie.
Like so, watching it, like that's just what I thought of. I just thought of being at Grannies and like
Or Annie's, maybe?
both.
Yeah.
It used to be at Annie's, and then
Yeah, then.
Annie got brought it to Grandma.
Yep.
You know. So yeah, fucking just great movie. I'm gonna watch part 2 tonight. Have you seen Predator 2?
No, I haven't.
You have.
Yeah.
I like Predator 2.
It's fun.
It's not poorly reviewed either.
I liked it.
I mean, it's no, Predator.
It's definitely goofier, but it's
I mean, I get what you're saying, but it's because it's in the city.
exactly.
Yeah. But the Predator is kind of cool in it because, I have to rewatch it again, but I always really liked Predator 2. The reason I always really liked Predator 2, I probably watched Predator 2 more than I watched Predator 1, even though Predator 1 is a superior film. But it's because they give you more of the Predator. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, this movie, the Predator's really, like it's really mysterious. Like, you don't know what the fuck it is.
In number one, you mean?
Yeah. Like, you don't know about anything. You don't know that it's a superior hunter and shit like that. Like, you know it's a hunter, but you don't know the extent of it.
You don't know any of the lore.
It's part.
Yeah.
It's part of it though. It's like because
Exactly.
they don't know.
Exactly.
They don't
exactly.
know what they're fighting.
Exactly. But on 2, they start kind of showing that. Like, the Predator uses more gadgets in part 2.
And I think it becomes it's cheesier because of that. Because then they rely on more of like the CGI of the time. Like, I'm looking at the trailer and it's
the CGI.
Yeah, and I think that it might just be
Yeah.
campy, 90s campy kind of.
Sure.
I
I mean,
liked
it's
it,
gonna be
though.
90s campy, no doubt.
I liked Predator too.
Yeah,
I did.
It's cool. You remember the part where he crushes up? He's like wounded. Mm-hmm. And he like crushes the drywall.
Yeah.
And puts that blue goo.
Yep.
And like sticks it in it.
Yep. I want to watch that again. I haven't watched that in
Yeah,
decades.
it's been a long time since I
Yeah.
watched Predator 2.
I
He's
might,
in
I
town.
might have to do a little Predator.
Yeah, I know. He's in town with a few days to kill. I saw that. I'm like, so cheesy.
Yeah,
That's so 90s.
Yeah,
though.
it's
That's
90s.
I know.
90s.
Yeah, it's like
to a T.
Yeah.
late
man.
80s, 90s, like cheese. I mean, it's got
Yeah.
Like that's like early 90s.
Danny Glover.
You know,
Yeah.
that's not 90s because
90s gets sick.
90s gets sick around
Yeah.
95 into
Yep.
96 and then on. But like early 90s, you got that. He's in town with a few days to kill.
Yeah.
You know.
1990.
But and if I remember correctly, I think it takes place in the future. Like it's not modern day.
It's like the future through the eyes of
Yeah,
the
find
1990s.
Find out what
It's a
year
dystopian.
Predator 2 takes place. Because I think it took place in the future.
It does, because it says in the streets of a dystopian Los Angeles.
Well, I mean,
So, like, Los Angeles
is
now.
dystopian.
Like now.
Yeah, I know, exactly.
It's like 2022.
Exactly. It's like predictive programming. You look and there's just a bunch of trannies like walking
running around. Yeah, no. It says in 1997. So it was like
it's only
7
years
years
in the future. Okay.
Well, they weren't too far off about Los Angeles going to shit real quick.
Yeah, they weren't. Yeah, man, Gary Busey's in that, dude. That was like I think that was Gary Busey's first movie since like, because Gary Busey almost died. Did you guys ever know that?
No.
Yeah, he got in some like that's why his teeth and shit are all fake and everything. He got in like a really bad motorcycle accident. I think he
Probably
was
a
wasted.
sacrifice.
Yeah, he fucked up.
Sacrifice.
Probably was.
Yeah. He's a member of the Black Guy Club.
Yeah.
That was my first experience with Danny Glover. And I was like, who's this badass?
Lethal Weapon?
Nope. Predator.
I seen Predator first too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when I saw Lethal Weapon, I was like, this dude from Predator. This going to be sick.
Yeah.
This guy's a badass. Yeah, you got that badass gun the whole time.
He's great in fucking you know what I meant to do? Speaking of Lethal Weapon, is I wanted to get maybe I'll just surprise this actually. Never mind. I'm not gonna tell it now.
Okay.
But it has something to do with Mel Gibson. I'll
Yeah.
tell you that much.
They show, in Predator 2, they show more of his, the different type of,
Gadgets.
not just gadgets, but his vision. So in the original Predator, they only show like 2 types of vision, which is like heat and then like his real vision. Right?
When he takes his mask off.
Yeah, but you can tell that he has other types of vision in it, or you can assume that he does because he figures out tripwires and all this shit that he wouldn't be able to read, you know,
just through the thermal.
through the thermal. And this one, you find out he can like detect guns and
And
metals and shit like that.
Don't they tease Alien? The
Yeah,
Alien,
they tease Alien at it, and that's at the end.
It's cool though. It's really cool because
It created
he goes on the ship.
Yeah, and there's
he
like
goes
the
on
heads of the aliens.
he goes he goes on the ship and he gives them the. So it's cool because after Predator, I think a bunch of comics came out, the original Predator, and then this movie came out, and they actually they stole a couple things from the comics because the director thought they were cool. Like
For
a couple
this movie.
kills, yeah, and then with the alien head, and then him getting the pistol from like the fucking 1600s or some shit like that, you know, as a gift.
Which is going to
It
play
created
into Prey.
It created lore.
Yeah. Okay.
Created a lot more lore.
Yeah.
for
And that's
the
going to go into.
franchise.
Remember what you said about Prey? What was it? It was like you're like.
Oh, there was a theory that it could be the Predator from Predator,
Okay.
but
Yeah,
a
yeah,
young version.
Yeah. Yep.
So he's going to be more brutal and less honorable.
Less subtle. Yeah.
He's
Like,
going to be less honorable.
He's
Like,
going to use
he's
his
gonna-
gadgets against these.
Yeah, he's going to do
natives.
some shitty shit.
Yeah.
Even
You know,
if they're
'cause he's
not
young.
like.
But that was just a rumor. But from what I heard, and I haven't read any of the. I've only read headlines and a couple snippets because I don't want anything given away about it. What I heard is that it does connect the lore somehow. It connects to other films.
That's cool.
So it's kind of curious how they would do that with it being.
Who's this director? Is he anybody?
That's the guy that did 10 Cloverfield Lane,
Okay. I like that movie.
Dan Trachtenberg. What else did he do?
10 Cloverfield Lane. That's the one with John Goodman.
That's the one with John Gilman.
That's good.
Yeah,
It's a
it
good
was
movie.
good.
The Boys.
Oh, he did The Boys?
Did he do-
Director of The Boys.
He did the boy. Which episode? All of them?
How can I find that out? Black Mirror.
Oh, he did a Black Mirror episode.
Oh,
Yeah,
I like this guy.
The guy's good.
Oh, I started The Boys again, but I only got first episode again.
Really?
Yeah, and it's
Why?
not because I don't like it. No,
Okay.
that's gonna be my next series though. I'm gonna finish that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna binge it.
It's quick. You
yeah,
get through it quick.
Yeah, it looked like it is.
Okay, but he did some episodes of The Boys.
I
Yeah.
keep seeing like The Boys, like just there'll be like clips and stuff, and I'm like, oh, I really want to see like even that meme of the main character walking away from something it looks like terrible, like that he did.
Homelander.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
blonde
The
guy?
Superman. Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna. So you're gonna see that he's like the Trump.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
he's the bad guy.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
But everyone loves him, right?
Isn't his name?
Well,
It
he's
looks
got
like-
he's got
He's got following.
Trump. He got MAGA.
Okay,
you know,
yeah, yeah.
That's what they're doing with him.
Yeah, I'm really excited to watch it with that in mind too. I
Yeah.
think that's gonna be cool.
Yeah.
I can't get this thing to pop up. So
I know. We probably should have done a hard reset on the internet, but I forgot to.
okay.
All right, what do you got?
Well, I got something that we're gonna both vibe on, but I
Okay.
also I finished Jurassic Park the book,
Okay.
so I read or listened
By
to the
Michael
whole
Crichton?
Michael Crichton, the whole Jurassic Park book,
Yeah.
which was I did it quick, like 4 days.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome.
Okay.
It's really good.
Right on.
It's wildly similar to the movie.
Well, it's actually if you have to watch all three movies now because there's
there
it's
is.
parts of all
Yeah.
three movies that
The
they left
pterodactyl-
out.
the pterodactyl
That's in
scene,
3.
yeah, yep.
There's parts in 2
Yep.
that they left the open. I read Jurassic
Long time
Park,
ago.
like in like 6th or 7th.
Yeah,
grade.
I remember when you read it.
And does it open with the little girl
Yep,
getting attacked by
two.
the
From
from
two.
two?
Yeah.
That's how that book
Yep.
opens, right? And that's
Yep.
how 2 opens.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's what's cool is like comparable to movie to book. Like not many books and movies like really jive. This movie or this book jives with the movies really well because of that aspect. Because there's Easter eggs sprinkled throughout
Yeah.
those movies. And then just the original, like the plot line of the book is the first movie.
Yeah, I think what it was is that so I didn't like Jurassic Park when I read it.
The book?
The book.
Oh, it's good,
I
man.
didn't like it. I didn't hate it. It wasn't like this is a shitty book. It was just that I think it was because, in my opinion, I think the movie is better than the book, because it's something a visual. It's like a visual like what would you call it? Like it's visually like huge as a
Yes.
movie, cinematically. Like what Spielberg did with the puppets and everything like that. Like he made dinosaurs come to life on screen.
On screen, yeah.
Like we've never seen before. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think that story needs that.
But
Like that type of story, a story involving dinosaurs, like needs visual.
But I think that
You
if
know.
you've seen the movie, it
Yeah.
makes reading the book.
I felt
Good.
like it was just like too much. Like it was just so, like even though it is in the movie, but in the book it just felt weak to me because it'd be like, oh, we're in the cafeteria, and then it'd be like, the Tyrannosaurus Rex is after us. Jump in the boat. Now we're on the boat going down the river. It's the Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Kind of.
Swim, paddle faster.
Kind
you
of.
know, and then it's like, we're in the Jeep.
I think
The
it
Tyrannosaurus?
hammers the small details of the movie, like how Ned dies. Like
Yeah,
how,
okay.
how like that happens. That whole scene plays out in the book. It's like it's so much better. So
Okay.
much better. And
Yeah.
like the
I mean, again, I read it in like 7th grade. So.
and I would suggest maybe audiobook. Like
Yeah.
maybe that had something
Yeah.
to do with it too. Cuz reading it, you might not it might be cheesier.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was wild. I mean, I read it. It was a 30-hour book or something stupid.
I mean,
You know what I mean?
I mean,
Like,
it has to be
and-
good. Like it, you know,
Oh, it's excellent. I thought it was excellent.
It was like a bestseller, and
those little-
had $1 billion movie.
and those
made
little
after it.
Easter eggs from the other movies, like that's just like it makes me want to read Lost World because I like Lost World.
Lost World would probably be a good idea to read
Yeah, I think so. I think
because Lost World had really good potential. They just fucked it up with Malcolm. I don't know. I have no idea what the book's about. Is Malcolm the
Yeah.
main character in the
Yep.
book?
Yep.
He is.
And
He got the daughter that does gymnastics. Because that's what fucked it up for me.
the black daughter.
Yeah.
He
Why?
does have a black daughter. I don't
Why?
know.
What the fuck?
I don't think.
Should we not talk about it?
No, it has nothing to do with him.
I'm kidding.
I was just no. I think his daughter is in it too, but from what the synopsis I read, but I liked the second movie.
What was wrong with it?
I don't mind it.
I think it's a great story, and it kind of taps into the whole battle for the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
And like I think it really touches on that where you don't really get that, and in the first book, the idea of him getting the embryo. So Ned's character, you know, the goofy guy.
Yeah.
Is it Ned?
Yeah.
No, that's Samuel L. Jackson. Well,
No,
yeah.
You didn't say
That is Ned. But his
Please! That's him.
Samuel L. Jackson's character in the book is way more prevalent. I think that they fucking shit. They fucked him a little
Well,
bit.
he wasn't really Samuel L. Jackson then.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know he wasn't. He was like kind of a B actor.
Yeah.
But like his part of the book is huge, and so is Ned's. And they explain that whole thing, the whole idea of him getting the embryos. I think that whole part in the book makes more sense. And
Okay.
it
Yeah,
adds,
it's more drawn out.
Yeah, and
like what's going on
for
with
sure.
that.
Yeah, and I was like, oh damn! Like I almost
Who's
thought,
he selling it to and shit and
Yes.
everything.
Yeah, and then the second book goes more into that, I think. So I'm excited for that if I do end up reading it. Because I fucking burned through this thing. I just,
All right.
I
yeah,
put
maybe
it
I'll
on.
maybe I'll re-listen to it.
Yeah, it's a fun listen. It really is. I do understand what you're talking about with the T-Rex. I was like, for real? Like, I remember thinking that a few times. Like, I was like, all right, we're back here again.
Yeah.
And it was kind of a dumb, easy listen.
But that part visually is fucking awesome.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it's cool to see the fucking Tyrannosaurus Rex going after somebody.
Well, and it only happens a couple times in the movie.
Yeah.
Where in the book, it's like it does.
Well, you got the raptors too and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like
It takes a long time to get to the raptors in the book.
Reading about the dinosaur chasing you or stalking you isn't to me just isn't the same as
But
as
having somebody
watching
read it to you is a little better, I
Okay,
think.
yeah, maybe.
And
Who reads it? You know, is
He was
anyone
good.
Okay.
Yeah, he was good. I don't know who it was, but it was read. I did find out that there's a big audiobook publishing company in Grand Haven, Michigan, that they do.
Steel case?
Probably
Probably steel case or something involved with that.
Yeah, something like that. But I was like, oh damn! Like, I was like, I want to get a job there. But listen,
Dude, Grand
I can
Rapids
do
is
it.
a
I
sweet
got
place,
my
man.
cousin can read some books. All right,
Yeah.
I'll record them.
Yeah.
Read some books. Pay us.
Hell yeah, that would be cool. Actually.
No, but it was. But I will say I do understand what you're meaning. It was cheesier in a sense of them like, oh, they're in the thing again. But I think the small details come out way better in the book, obviously.
Yeah,
as they
I
always
can understand.
do. So like,
Which would probably been kind of boring to me
in sixth grade.
in like sixth.
Yeah,
seventh
for
grade,
sure.
You know,
And I had someone read it to me, and I was doing things like I'm at work, and I'm
Yeah.
I'm like
Yeah.
by myself in the kitchen, and it was kind of mindless. I didn't have to pay attention to it.
Yeah.
I was like, but it was good. It was
Yeah.
still. I was like, I can't wait till this thing's done.
yeah. It's funny you talk about books because like I went to Barnes and Noble yesterday.
That's a thing still.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I go for like because I read to my kids, right? And
I
like,
love Barnes and Noble.
So do I. But it was funny because like I'm like looking at all these books, like because okay, so I'm
Hold on, don't get off Jurassic Park yet,
okay.
because I want to talk about how Malcolm
Okay.
is woke or
Okay,
not
yeah,
woke.
go for it.
Malcolm is based.
Okay.
Malcolm is based as fuck.
In
There's
the
like
book?
yeah.
Okay.
He talks a lot about like how science is science is a religion, and he says that like
Oh yeah, he's like that in the movie. I guess,
blatantly. Yeah, he is in the movie too. But he's like super. I'm like, this dude's based, dude. Like he knows what's up. He's talking about like how these scientists are pretty much worshiping their craft,
too. Yeah.
and how people worship science, and they don't get in touch with the actual like creator and stuff. And,
Yeah.
and in his world it's like the chaos theory, but I don't know, it's just I think that Malcolm's character in the book is fucking, he has all these little like quotes throughout the whole thing. I fucking had a couple prepared, but I can't find where I screen recorded them, but yeah, I know I fucked up. But and then I also thought, I was like, Jurassic Park is like like there's a part of it where they're talking about women dinosaurs giving birth.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh man, if these motherfuckers could, like, they're like, this is unbelievable that women are
Wait.
like women dinosaurs and women dinosaurs
Yeah,
are
because
procreating.
they only breed female, right?
Yeah, they only breed females.
Does it explain how it happens?
How that
Why
it's because of amphibian. They
They were
touch
able
on
to
it in the
switch.
movie too.
They were able to switch.
Yeah, they were
because
able to-
nature. Because Malcolm says nature finds a way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nature
they'd
finds
have a field
way.
day with that.
So yeah, they're like
nowadays.
the dinosaurs openly
the dinosaurs are
transition.
woke,
The
and
dinosaurs
Malcolm's
are woke.
based.
Yes, 100%. That's what I was getting at. Yeah, and like the dinosaurs are all transitioning sexes on their own and
Yeah.
stuff. And like there's a part where they're like explaining it, and they're like, this is ridiculous how this could happen. I was like, if these motherfuckers could flash forward to 2022
Yeah.
and see what's happening right now, they'd be like,
And
oh,
like, okay.
yeah, it's a good
Makes
answer.
sense.
Yeah, but go on about the books, about the Barnes and Noble.
No, I was just gonna say like, so first off, like I was like, anytime I go to Barnes and Noble, it's like I always like when I go there now, it's like to buy my kids a new book. Like we're searching for a new book to read, but then like I always want to buy like 5 books, right?
Yeah.
And I'll grab like 5 books,
Yeah, I know.
and then I'm like, wait a minute, I don't read books.
Which one should
anymore.
I get?
Like like I don't do this anymore.
And you don't have your Audible either.
and I
do you?
want to. I don't right now. It's so expensive, man. Like
just forget about it.
it's just like
It is expensive.
it is really expensive.
Yeah.
Can't you just download it via BitTorrent?
I don't know.
Sure.
Yeah, you can download
Yeah.
torrents and just.
I don't know how to
way.
do that on my phone.
No, not on your phone. Probably. You probably have to do it on
Well,
like a.
I got to
PC.
be able to listen to it at home or at work.
Probably got to download it and then somehow.
Oh,
put it
he
onto
could
your
do it
phone.
on his phone
You
because
can
he has a
download
Google
the torrent.
phone. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, do it that way. I
You
would.
could.
All right. Well, I mean, whatever. It's
You're not going to. He's not
like-
going
so.
to.
He already forgot.
I have been itching to reinstate it. It's like what is it like $14 a month?
$14 a month for one book.
Yeah, you know. That's what I
Yeah.
mean. I mean, price wise, it is
It's
a
not
better
bad.
deal.
It's not bad.
It is a deal.
And you know what the trick is with Audible is you read your book
and then you let
just
a couple months go
yeah,
by.
you let it go by, so you stack
Yeah.
7 credits.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah.
But then you're paying $14.
I know, dude. And then you got fucking 10 books about Göbekli Tepe that you haven't read.
Yeah, dude.
I'm like, fuck. Like, I do. I have like
I got
so
that,
many
dude.
like
I got
ancient
books.
civilizations.
I got like 4 books that I wasted my credits on.
Yeah,
that I
me
was just like,
too.
yeah, these are boring. Yeah. You know? But yeah, anyways, so I'm a sucker. So first off, it's weird that I'm like, damn, I only listen to books now, right?
Yeah.
And because like I do miss having a book because I like, and even like after I read a book, after I listen to a book, I always buy it. I buy the physical copy of it to have it, just in case
That's smart.
something
No.
goes wrong,
Yeah.
or I can give it to the kids or
Yep.
something. But it's just crazy because I was like, man, like I'm a sucker, and I always have been a sucker for book covers. All right, like I will buy a book that I
Based
already
off its cover.
own if there's a new cover that looks cool.
Chuck Palahniuk.
Chuck Palahniuk's one of a great example. There's always
Yeah.
different. And it was funny because I was looking at Chuck Palahniuk because I wanted to see what the Fight Club cover was. Because I used to have a really good Fight Club cover of that book.
The original one.
I don't know if it was I don't know which one is the original one. Not that one. I had that one. Is that one right there with the bloody lip. So it's got a dude with like you don't see his eyes, you just see his eyes down, and he's got a bloody lip, no shirt on, and there's like sweat all over the cover, like sweat drops all over it. And I always loved that one. But the new one they have, I have the other one too. The new one they have is cool too. It's like a person's like smile. He's got teeth knocked out, right?
I've never seen that one.
Yeah, that's the one I had, and I loved it
I think the one I'm familiar with is the red one. It's not that cool.
with the fist.
Yeah.
Yeah, I own that one too.
Yeah.
There's one with soap on it too. But yeah, like I almost bought the Fight Club book just because of the cover, right? And then I was looking at all the other Chuck. That's the one right there, with the smile. That's what they got going on right now. I don't think that one's that bad. I think it's pretty cool.
I like that one too.
But I was looking at all of his books, and man, like I've read a lot of Palahniuk books, and I don't remember them. Like I don't remember them, but I know I read them.
3 probably. I've read Fight Club, Invisible Monsters, and Choke.
I read Fight Club, Invisible Monsters, Choke, Survivor,
I never read
Pygmy.
Survivor.
I didn't know you guys were such avid readers.
I used to read more.
Yeah, back in the day.
Yeah. When you didn't have fucking a full-time job.
Lullaby. I read Lullaby too. And like I don't, for the life of me, I don't remember Survivor or fucking Lullaby.
I think I
and
might have read Lullaby, but I don't remember it.
Read Choke. I read Choke in one day during an in-house suspension at school.
Choke's a good book, actually. It's fucked up. It's really fucked up.
But yeah, and so anyways, I was looking at other books, and there's just so many cool. Like I found Orwell's Animal Farm had a really fucking cool cover. Had like a pink. It was like black and pink. Like I wanted to buy that, just because of the cover. And then fucking they had a Lord of the Flies there that had such a sick cover, dude. Like I was like, oh my god. Like if I wasn't like broke, like if it wasn't Melissa's birthday in a couple of days, I'd buy this for sure. Look up Lord of the Flies. No, yeah, right up there with the kid's face right there, the blue and the white. Nope, that's
This one, right?
that one right there. Yeah, that one's sick, dude. You guys read Lord of the Flies?
Never read it.
I did in high school, I think, actually.
Yeah, you probably did in high school.
Yeah.
It's really good. You
Leave
never
that right
read
there.
Never read it.
You don't know what
That is a cool.
Not really.
a
Cannibalism.
bunch of like middle school kids getting a plane crash,
Mm-hmm.
and on an island,
Mm-hmm.
and all the grown-ups die.
Okay.
So it's just these like young kids
Mhm.
from different grades
Okay.
up, and they got to live on this island, and they start forming different factions, and they start becoming really like savage.
Mhm.
It's very
Start-
similar to
Start
that.
killing each other and shit.
What's that show we watched? That was based off of Lord of the Flies a little bit.
I'm drawing a blank right now.
The
Me too.
Bumblebee.
Oh, bumblebees.
It wasn't bumblebees though.
Yellow Jackets.
Yellow Jackets. Yeah.
kind of like Yellow.
That has
Okay.
that has a Lord of the Flies feel.
Yeah, but they were like younger and
Yeah,
Lord of
yeah.
Flies. There's some pretty raw shit that goes down.
Yeah,
Kill
pretty
the
sure I read
glasses.
that. I read that in my 12th grade.
They had a really cool Giver cover
That's a great book.
there.
You ever read The Giver, Enzo?
Mm-mm.
No,
You gotta watch the movie, dog.
Nah.
I do.
You gotta watch the movie.
I do.
Movie's really good.
I did so many book reports on The Giver.
Never read
Did
it.
So
you?
many book reports on The Giver. Like pretty much every book report I've ever done was on The Giver.
Yeah, you're gonna like that. You're gonna like that.
And you know what? You know what put me on to The Giver and actually put me on.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. What do you mean, dog?
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. You're gonna.
I had my 6th grade teacher, substitute teacher, long-term sub, read me The Giver.
Mm-hmm.
Harrison,
Okay.
remember Harrison? Were you in my 6th grade class?
I don't know, dude. I can't remember that shit.
You can't remember that?
I can't. I'm drunk already over here. No,
You don't remember? You
kidding.
don't remember 6th grade?
Sixth grade. Fuck. Wasn't
You read that shit in 6th grade?
sixth
I had it
grade.
read to us.
Oh, okay. I read it in 8th.
It's a pretty like heavy book for a 6th grader.
Yeah.
But I remember it, I just
Sevens.
loved it. I loved it.
Yeah,
I read it.
it's a good
I read
fucking
it-
book, man.
I've read it 4 times.
Wow.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good book. I think the movie is a really good adaptation of it.
That's interesting. I know you keep telling me that too. And
Yeah, and it got no love.
yeah, no,
Like
it got nothing.
No one's like, no, you'll never talk to
Like
somebody.
The
It's
Giver-
oh yeah, I've seen The Giver.
The
Like,
Giver was like Hunger Games good. Like it was like this dystopian world. Like it was
It's
better than the Hunger Games, I think.
yeah. I mean, it's just like they take away feeling and just everything.
Those books are really good
take
too.
everything away from you.
Did you ever read those books? The Hunger Games?
No,
No?
no.
Oh man, those books, those are easy too. I read the Hunger
I
Games.
like the movies though.
The Hunger Games is the only book I've ever read in one day. I read, I think, the first one when we lived at Pontiac.
I remember seeing The Hunger Games with Megan, and we just went to the movie theater, and like we were like, oh, let's go there and we'll pick a movie.
And
that's
you didn't know
playing.
what it was?
We had no idea. Neither of us had no idea what it was.
So I didn't
Like I
the
never even
movies.
heard of it. I never seen a trailer for it. Never heard of the book. And
And
I was like, damn, that was fucking awesome.
Yeah. I didn't like them, but I was really
You didn't
connected-
like the movies?
No, I was really connected to the books, though. I'd like to rewatch them. I've only seen them. I went and seen them all in theaters, but I was like, oh, you know when you read the book and you're like
Better.
and you're expecting a part of it or something, and
Yeah.
they miss that part, and you're like,
Yep.
you motherfuckers.
Or you're
Like,
expecting a character to be a certain way and they miss on
Yeah.
the casting. I agree. 100%.
I thought Katniss. That was a perfect portrayal of her. Was Jennifer Lawrence. She did a good job of that, and Jennifer Lawrence is a nice.
Nice.
No?
Yeah, I'm
I'm not-
annoyed. I'm
I'm not-
annoyed by her.
Yeah, I'm not too big on Jennifer Lawrence. Yeah. I'm just not. I don't know what it is.
You're fucking up.
Like I hate her fucking I hate her Mystique. I hate her fucking Mystique, bro. In X-Men.
Yeah.
I fucking hate it. Rebecca Romaine Stamos was
She was good.
Such a good Mystique, dude. She was so good at it. She was, cause like that's what like Mystique's supposed to be like. Cause like I get like I give her a pass. I give her Mystique a pass on like the first class X-Men, like her first movie as Mystique.
I like that
because
one.
she's not evil yet.
Yeah.
You know, and even Days of Futures Past, which is a fantastic it's probably the best X-Men movie out of all of them. Even then she gets somewhat of a pass, but she is bad in that one. She's becoming bad in that one. But she just doesn't capture Mystique for me. Like Rebecca Romaine Stamos was fucking
Yeah,
like
'cause-
sinister in
yeah,
it. Like she was just,
Rebecca-
like she's bitter and
she's
like
soulless. She's almost like
Yeah.
She's blank.
Yeah.
And yeah, maybe Jennifer Lawrence is too bubbly of a character.
She's too bubbly. Yeah, that's what it was.
And she is good as the younger Mystique, I thought. In those first two.
In the first class.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like all right. Yeah, she's like okay in it.
Because there's an innocence to her. And Jennifer Lawrence is hard to take as like anything besides. But I don't know.
Yeah, Rebecca Romijn Stamos, she's like raw. She's raw as Mystique, bro. And she had to put up with way more makeup shit than fucking Jennifer Lawrence did. And Jennifer Lawrence got real bitchy about the fucking makeup shit, which is why in like the last two X-Men movies, like she's barely Mystique ever. Like as like Blue, she's always someone else, or she's like herself,
yeah.
like her image form, you know. It's because she's like bitchy about the makeup process.
Well, she also did 3 movies as her.
Rebecca Romijn Stamos did 3. 2.
Did she do 3?
Yeah, she did 3 too.
She's in
And
all
her
3?
and her especially the first 2 movies, her makeup process was like 4 more hours than than Jennifer Lawrence. Like Rebecca Romijn Stamos couldn't even drink like wine. She wasn't allowed to drink wine and shit.
Why?
During like that was like her thing. It was like kind of calm down with some like a glass of wine or some shit.
Because she would bloat.
No, because it would change the
Color?
It would do something chemically in her body and cause her to like sweat some way. Whatever alcohol does to you, does to your skin,
Poisons you.
poisons
Yeah.
you.
Poisons
It
you.
would cause the makeup to start
Flush?
peeling off.
Oh, her skin would flush probably, yeah.
How hot is Mystique, though?
Mystique
idea of
is
Mystique.
Not very hot.
I think it's hot. I think,
Well, I mean, yeah.
you don't think
you're going
Rebecca
to.
Romijn Stamos is hot as Mystique?
Yeah, she is, but it's because it's Rebecca Romijn Stamos.
Yeah.
She's not supposed to be really that hot.
Oh, I don't know about the comic, but I'm talking about in the movies, the portrayal of her. Like, that character is just...
Oh yeah, you want to bang her?
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
just like,
you
she's
go
like,
bang Mystique,
and she's
and then there's that
bad.
part. There's that part in fucking X-Men 2 where like she's trying to fuck Wolverine. I don't know if you remember that. She
Yeah.
like, goes into his tent.
That's exactly
She
what
goes
I'm
into
thinking
his
about.
tent.
That's exactly what I'm thinking
She goes
about.
into his tent as Jean Grey.
Yes.
And just gets on him, and then like, you know, he figures it out, and she starts changing. She's like, I could be anything you want me to be.
Yes.
And she starts changing.
Changing into... Yeah.
you know? And there's also the part where she's about to she's acting like she's gonna fuck that security guard
Which,
right?
In 2?
in 2.
Yeah.
And she drugs him and injects the metal into him so that
yeah,
he can
that's
pull
right.
it. Magneto can pull it out
Yeah.
of him.
Yep.
Yeah, she's seductive.
Yeah.
Especially in the movies. I don't know about the lore of Mystique or the comic
Yeah.
books of Mystique, but in the movies, she's a temptress. You know, she is. She's in.
Oh yeah, she's like a witch, bro.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
that idea
she's
that
like
she's
evil.
that hot evil.
Yeah.
That hot crazy.
Yeah,
you know what I
hot
mean?
crazy,
Yeah,
yeah.
the hot crazy.
Yeah. She killed it.
How do we? I think we got off here a little bit.
Yeah, I forgot what we were talking about. Oh, we were talking about book covers. And
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. And Jurassic Park.
Jurassic
now
Park.
we on fucking.
X-Men, Mystique.
I was watching some on. Speaking of like '90s movies, though, I was watching some behind the scenes of Terminator 2. That's a raw ass fucking movie, dude.
It's a good movie.
I still consider it one of the greatest action movies, if not the greatest action
A
movie
lot of people say the best sequel
ever made.
Yeah.
Ever made. Like formula wise, and special effects wise, it's like
When was that? 90?
It's like the perfect. It's like the
91.
perfect
91?
action movie. All right, it's the perfect action movie. Like the pacing of it and everything, it just keeps hitting you, doesn't fucking stop. And they did some crazy shit. Like I was watching this part where, so there's a scene towards the end where the T-1000 is chasing them, and he's in a fucking helicopter, right? And they're in like a SWAT van. And they're on the highway, and the T-1000's in like a police helicopter. And there's a scene where they go under this underbridge, like a little tunnel.
And it hits and
right?
it goes through.
And he takes the helicopter under into the tunnel and flies the helicopter through the tunnel.
Yeah.
Well, they really did that. They really flew a helicopter through that tunnel, and none of the none of like the film guys, like none of the cinematographers, basically none of the crew would film it. They all turned it down. They were like, no,
It's too dangerous.
and like they didn't have to because of like fucking like union shit
SAG
and everything.
shit, yeah.
Yeah, they were all like, they're like, there's no way we're doing this.
I've
'Cause,
not
like,
seen them,
it's they're like, this is a fucking insane stunt. And so James Cameron and one other dude were like, all right, well, we'll fucking do it then. And they got in the fucking car
Really?
and
And
filmed
you said
it.
you've seen this on a doc about Terminator 2?
Yeah, I was just watching like clips. Like I'm sure there's a doc. I don't know if it was probably from a documentary. I
was
mean,
like a
there's
YouTube?
got to be a documentary. Like I said, it's considered one of the greatest action movies ever made. But yeah, just like a helicopter on the bridge. It's coming. You fast forward it. That's where he gets into it. Get out. Keep going. Keep going. It's kind of blurry. I can't tell. Right here. Right there. Let's try right there. You might have missed it. Hold on. Let's see. But yeah, I think that's fucking cool. And like they yeah, it was actually James Cameron talking about it. He was narrating it.
Did we miss it? No.
He's like, so I was like, all right, I'll do it then.
James Cameron's kind of a badass.
Whoa,
James Cameron's in terms of cinema, James Cameron is an extreme.
That's it right there.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'll pull this up on the screen for the viewers to see it too.
Oh, that part, huh?
It doesn't look like much. Like it doesn't look like much, but that's really fucking dangerous.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
You know, and probably not an easy thing to do as a pilot.
Yeah, let me pull that back real quick.
Because if you look at how much room they have. Like, look how much room he has between the street and the fucking, and look at that. Look at that. Like he's probably about 3 feet above
That's
the
real?
ground. That's real, dog. That's real.
That's crazy.
That's kind of shit that made this movie fucking dope.
Wow.
And the special effects, the computer effects they used for this movie, like even though they don't like,
That's
even though
fucking
you
heavy.
look at them today and you're kind of like, oh, like I could tell, they still fucking hold up though. Like they're still watchable. You know what I'm saying? Like the liquid metal and all that shit.
Yeah.
Like yeah, it looks a little goofy, but knowing that it came out in fucking 91, like it still looks good.
That's tight.
Like it doesn't take you out of it when you watch it.
That's what they need. And you know what? This kind of reminds me of like Top Gun Maverick just came out, which I haven't seen yet. I have no real desire to see it because I have no connection to Top Gun.
Yeah,
I've never even
I
seen
want to
Top
see
Gun.
it. I want to see it, but
I want to see it now because
Yeah.
of what I'm hearing about it. Because everyone who talks about how it looks,
yeah, it's action.
It's like a revolutionary action.
Yeah,
So
because it's all real.
Yeah,
That's why.
Yeah, because he
That's the-
insisted on that shit.
That's what makes shit dope. I mean, we
Yes,
talked
for
about
sure.
how CGI is killing things, and
Has
I mean,
been.
bro, like you look at behind the scenes of. I follow a lot of behind the scenes shit because I'm into that stuff, and it's just I still am amazed every time I see like a movie that I've liked or kind of liked that's come out within the last 10 years, and I see that like the entire movie is like just filmed in front of a green screen. Like certain movies I understand. Like when I think of Zack Snyder, like I know that's in front of a green screen because that's supposed, he's mimicking a comic or some shit.
Facts.
That's what he's doing.
Yes.
So that's okay. I'm okay with it. But
Yeah.
like when I find out that like this scene that took place in a mall
Yeah,
took place in a fucking mall.
they do that a lot.
and it's in a fucking it's on a green screen.
They
Yeah.
do that shit a lot.
No, they do it like 98% of the time.
It's because pulling
It's cheaper.
permits
It's
and
cheaper,
shit.
yeah, it's just cheaper
You
and
can't-
easier.
Yeah, they can't.
It's quicker, cheaper,
Mm-hmm.
And I mean it is. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of times, most of the time, it's effective. It's really effective
Yeah,
because
yeah. And you would never know.
yeah,
Like
they're
Benjamin Button. Like I didn't know that whole movie was CGI'd heads.
not like when you watch a movie nowadays. When you watch a movie, like 98% of that movie, like wherever they're at, that's a green screen. All right. So like I remember we were watching that one scary movie about the vampires, or that show about the vampires, the most recent one, Midnight Mass or whatever.
Oh yeah.
You know, and there was a scene where they were on the boat, you know, and I was just telling Melissa about, like, I was showing her like the green screen shit, you know, or I was telling her about that, and she's like, so wait, like, you think that that's green screen right there, you know? And I was like, yeah, that's all green screen. I was like, that whole scene, I go, they're sitting in a real boat
In a
that's
studio.
on that. I'm like, they're sitting on a boat that's probably on like a green square, like foam padded square, and that's all green.
Yeah.
You know, and I think I looked it up, and that's exactly like what it was. It was like, you know, like the boat was real,
They'll do it,
and
with
then like a rock would be real. You know what I'm saying? Like there would be like a rock somewhere that's real,
yeah,
No,
right?
just like fake.
Green screen and like a few plants.
yeah. It's weird. And they do a bunch of like crowd duplications and stuff. They'll do.
Yeah, it's
like,
insane.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
You know, but there's movies out there that they don't like.
And you know what though? It is like when it's done well, like in that Midnight Mass, and you
Sure.
don't notice it.
Yeah.
Like what, you know, what's the big deal? I
Yeah,
guess
what is the big deal?
It's fine.
yeah.
Like that's fine. There's if you're able to do it that well. And
I just feel like no, it is fine. It is. I have nothing against it. I just feel like being on location would bring out a better actor.
true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's because I feel like all these Marvel actors and everything. Because I mean, you look at all the Marvels are just green screen. They're just
whole
in a
movie.
fucking. They're
Yeah.
just in a
Holding a tennis ball on a stick. And
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, it's just complete green screen, which is cool, which is fine. But like, I just feel like if they do like more on location shots, it would have to just bring out more of the actor,
Yeah,
you know? Because it's almost like I feel like they almost have to overcompensate.
for sure. I think if you it takes almost a real good actor to fucking sell that shit. Because if you're like sitting in a green room on a boat and you're able to still connect and feel with that character, then it's like that guy's doing a hell of a job. Because
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, for sure. You
he's-
got to be a good actor
Yeah.
to imagine that shit. But I just feel like it would be easier for the actors to bring out a better portrayal.
yeah, like stop fucking cutting corners and making it cheaper, and just like fucking make good movies. Like go out there to the desert and do some
Like
some reverent shit.
George Miller, who did Mad Max, Fury Road.
Yeah,
Like that was all that he used. They used a lot of CGI, but it was all environmental, like what we're talking about. But they were still filmed all in the desert.
yeah. It wasn't like in a studio.
It was filmed all in the desert, and they did a lot of.
You ever seen that movie, Enzo? No,
You've never seen Fury Road, bro? That's a
seen it.
great fucking action flick, dude.
Really?
Yes, yeah,
Yeah,
It's really
it's a
good.
great fucking action movie, dude. Like it's nonstop.
The whole time.
Like, dude, like this movie
It's just
fucks
literally
you
like
in the
that.
ass
Like it's
the
like
whole time.
the whole
Okay.
Yeah.
fucking time. There's like 10 minutes maybe that it's
badass
not.
theatrical movie.
And they're filming in the desert. It's all fucking real stunts. Like I said, the only like the CGI they use is all like environmental shit.
You see like,
Like-
her arm and shit. Like
Yeah.
that's
Like her
CGI,
arm, yeah. But like all the stunts going on in it like are really happening and shit like that. It's
And they're driving vehicles and
they're
those
driving vehicles
are all-
fast
yeah.
and yeah, they're doing some raw ass shit
Okay.
in it. I would check that out, man. It's definitely
Are you a
worth it.
fan of like Mad? Have you seen any like the old Mad Max?
You don't
No.
need to.
No, you don't.
I haven't seen
At
any
all.
of it. I don't
need
even
to.
know what this is. It's
Mad Max is
Yeah.
just basically all you need to know is that it takes place in the future. The world is fucking dead. I think there's like nuclear war or some shit like that happened, and people fight over gasoline and bullets. And your protagonist is this guy
Max.
who was originally played by Mel Gibson.
Okay.
And he there's not much to it. Like his
There's
family
not.
was killed, and he's just a drifter. He's a drifter that gets by, and he's just good at what he does. It's just good at being kind of hard.
It's kind of on the same
And-
lines as Predator, as in like it's simple
Yeah.
Okay.
and
Yeah.
badass.
And this one, like, there's theories that still, who plays him?
What's his name?
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy
yeah.
plays him in this one, right? And Jesus Christ, I'm getting my phone. Sorry, my phone's blowing up here. So Tom Hardy plays him in this one, and he really doesn't even talk ever. And there's theories that that's not even the same Mad Max as the
Other one?
The other ones. There's theories that like Mad Max has become this like title that's passed down from people.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're a certain type of person, you get the jacket.
Oh, okay.
You know, you get the jacket and you get the car, right?
And you are the Mad
So
Max.
it's
for
kind of
time.
like a pass. It's kind of like a James Bond thing, like you know.
I'm surprised they haven't done another one.
Well, he's like 80, bro. He was like 80.
George Miller?
He was like 78 when he filmed this.
Yeah, I'm just surprised. I thought when this came out, I
think they were supposed to.
They were gonna expand on this.
I think COVID hit.
Yeah,
and it
it
probably
might
made
have
it hard
been.
for
When did that
Miller.
come out? It came out
2015.
2015.
2015. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
I seen that in theaters too.
Yeah.
That was a badass theater movie though.
Yeah,
If you watch
great
it, you got
theater
like
movie.
I don't know if you have sounds at the house. Like
You
it's
got some surround sounds and shit at all?
No.
Okay.
oh, it's good.
You got sound bar? All right. Crank that shit up, bro.
Yeah, put that
Turn off
put
all your
that thing on
lights.
10 and let's go. Like it's a good like
It is okay.
it's a good pump up movie. Like if I were able to work out and watch
watch
a
it at the
movie,
same time.
yeah, that'd
Yeah.
be one of those movies that I
Yeah.
would be for sure into.
It just goes.
Just
All
pick
right.
up a kettlebell and watch that motherfucker.
the whole time. Yeah.
Pump, yeah, because it's literally like Jake said, you're just getting fucked the whole time. That's how I would describe it.
Yeah.
Just constant action.
more. Yeah.
Witness me. Which is cool. They spray themselves. They kill themselves. They're like, witness me. They're talking to their god.
Yeah.
Saying, watch what I do for you. I don't know how we got on
Did
Mad
Mel
Max.
Gibson write or direct the original one?
No.
No, just
Miller
he
did.
just. Oh, yeah, obviously, yeah.
Yeah, George Miller did.
I forgot
That was
that
his
he-
first break.
Yeah.
That was Mel Gibson's first break. The original Mad Max is really fucking weird.
And it's really bad too, kind of.
Yeah, it's
Why?
It's hard.
it's
to
Australian.
watch. Yeah.
It's Australian in the 70s, and it's like it's not like post-apocalyptic really.
Okay.
And I don't know, it's really weird, and it's just a weird.
Concept.
Like I didn't watch this because I had
It's
seen
70s
the
movies in
original.
general are kind of weird the way they're edited and everything like that. Like if you watch like, a lot of 70s movies, they just got weird editing techniques and transitions and shit.
It
and-
doesn't work almost.
Yeah,
Like,
and then the
it's-
fact that it's that plus it's Australian, you know.
Yeah, fuck Australia.
The Mad Max Road Warrior, right? Is it Road Warrior?
The original?
The second one.
Yes.
That's when it got popular. It got popular in the United States.
that
with
might
the
even be the one I'm thinking of.
with the second
I
one.
don't
That
know
one's
if
not
I've
that
ever,
bad.
I don't know if I've ever even seen the first one.
The Road Warrior.
That's the one that I'm familiar with. I'm pretty sure.
Road Warrior, yeah.
That's Mel Gibson too, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
He did 3. The Road Warrior.
I always used to mix up Thunderdome and that. Is that the same thing? Or
I
what's
think they
Thunderdome?
came. I think when they came out in the United States, it was just called the Road Warrior. If I'm not mistaken.
They like don't even have an
Or
IMDb
Mad Max
site
the Road
on it.
Warrior. Like the first one didn't hit here in America at all.
Yeah, Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome.
That's the third one.
That's the one I'm thinking
That
of.
one's not bad either. I got Tina Turner in it.
That one's good.
That one's good. We
that
got
one's
fight in
good,
the
yeah,
dome and
yeah.
shit. They got the midget on the fucking.
Yeah.
Or I'm sorry, the little person.
We call them midgets on here.
I don't know what to fucking call people anymore. Yeah. So you want to talk about?
Yeah.
I assumed you watched. Did you watch it, Enzo?
I started to and I fell asleep,
Didn't do
dude.
your fucking homework
No,
again.
fell
All right,
asleep,
cool.
bro.
I did
Thanks,
give
man.
him last minute.
He
though.
did tell me. No, he
I told him.
me.
I told him the day after I watched
Oh,
it.
did
He told
ya?
me. He was like, watch that. Yeah.
I was like, watch this,
Dude,
so
I
we can
started
talk about
to.
it.
I just couldn't.
Okay.
I fell asleep, bro. Well, how come
Okay.
How come every time he
Like,
falls asleep?
Instead he fucking jerks off to his fucking new airsoft gun. He's
Well,
his
how come
handgun.
when he falls asleep it's okay, but not me?
I don't like it when he does it either. I'm pissed. I'm pissed at both you guys
pissed at him
for
too.
still not watching the Darth Vader scene I sent you.
I have it.
I watched.
Facts.
So let's talk about it though.
Yeah,
I'm
let's talk-
still
we can
gonna
talk
watch it.
about
I
it.
don't mind getting.
I watched it twice.
Spoiled.
I
You watched it twice.
Yeah. So what we're talking about is Everything Everywhere All at Once, which is
The multiverse.
Yeah, an amazing movie just
Okay,
came
yeah.
out.
Everything, everywhere, all at once.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give my just real quick my summary of the movie, like the what I thought of it, and then you give me yours. I thought it was the most mind-blowing, visually stunning movie, like I said, since The Matrix, and I thought it was fucking beautiful insanity on film.
That's a perfect description of it for
So
sure.
you agree with that?
Yeah, I thought this
pretty
is
high
one of the
praise.
this is one of the best movies I've ever seen.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
ever seen.
Yeah,
From
dude.
start to
It
finish.
really was, and it's awesome that because it's such a breath of fresh air because we talked about how movies just haven't been good.
Yeah,
the last
I think that
fucking
plays into
3
it too.
years.
Maybe of like I've been deprived of waiting for an original,
Concept.
badass, good. I mean, maybe the concept's not even original, but it's just a badass movie.
It's actually The Matrix.
It is The Matrix.
It's
Yeah.
The Matrix.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Pretty much, it is. Yeah, in a sense.
What about the multiverse concept?
That's what they
That's-
They just made The Matrix instead of it being a computer program. It's multiverse,
Yeah,
but the concepts are there. Like,
and they still kind of make
if
it
you would have
look-
watched it, you would have known what the fuck we're talking
Yeah,
about.
but I know that she has like all these different.
Yeah, you tap into different. It's just like the agents tapping into whatever human they need to tap into. It's
Yeah.
like the same, almost
and
like
I
the
think
same thing.
even in the movie they kind of break it down in binary-esque, like they make it kind of matrixy
Yeah.
because the one dude is from the one universe where they've cracked it, and they've cracked it through digital media or memes or whatever. Like they use computers to navigate it.
Yeah.
So-
yeah. And like like in the Matrix, when I need to learn kung fu, they upload a program
Into her
to,
brain, yeah.
and it's like now I know the kung fu. Instead of uploading a program, they tap into someone. They tap
one
into
version
you,
of
the
her.
version of you from a different universe that learned kung fu.
Yeah, it's like there's
And then
one.
so it's the same thing. It's like the same concept as the Matrix.
Yeah.
And the other
Okay.
good thing about
But-
this movie is
Are there agents? Like, there's no like,
Yeah. There's agents.
Okay.
Yep.
the good thing about this movie is it's hype. Like I'm telling you, Jake's telling you one of the most beautiful movies he's ever seen, and it's been hyped up like that. And I was like, oh, dude, just hopefully it doesn't fucking let me down, like because it has been hyped up by everyone who's talked about it.
Yeah.
And it definitely delivers. It delivers in every aspect. This movie had me fucking laughing out loud, laughing
Yep.
like till I couldn't control it at one point. I was literally laughing like a good comedy.
Okay.
This movie has visuals like awesome action kung fu.
Great fucking kung fu.
Yeah, great.
Just and it's fucking bonkers.
Wildly weird.
It's fucking bonkers, man.
Yes.
Especially when they bring in the villain. When they bring in the villain and you're able and she starts doing what she's able to do, okay? Because the villain of the movie is it's I won't spoil anything, but she's able to tap in to everything at once. Like
Yep.
wherever she wants. She's like Neo. Okay?
But a
She's
bad
like
version.
Neo where she can manipulate the reality around her. All right. So like all of a sudden, like you pull your gun on her, and then she like grabs your gun, and then you turn into like a fucking balloon animal.
Yep.
You know,
Okay.
and the way they portray it is just beautiful. Like it's
Oh,
so
dude.
well done.
It's almost like she's fucking ruthless.
yeah.
So like she'll kill you by making you explode into confetti, but it still feels like you just watched like a gory scene.
yeah. Or like what something turned into dildos.
Yeah.
She turned something into dildos.
I believe it was like a nightstick.
Yeah, a night six. She grabbed it, and all of a sudden, it's a fucking dildo, and she beats the fuck out of the guy and kills him with it.
Yeah,
with
and
these
you-
dildos, like does
Okay.
kung fu. But it's just the way that they were able to film, like Jim's saying, like somebody like just popping into confetti or something, or the nightsticks turning into like dildos was so beautifully done.
Yeah.
It felt so real and like so like
It's raw even. Like,
yeah,
it's like
it wasn't like it's not cheesy, it's not bad CGI. It's just beautiful. It's
Okay.
like you want to take a screenshot of it.
Oh, dude, the whole
You know?
movie, man. I watched
Alright.
it twice. Like,
Okay.
so
I tried to watch it twice. I wasn't able to.
I
I'm
did-
gonna rent it again.
the first time I watched it, I fell asleep too because I watched it pretty late.
Okay.
And so I fell asleep about 3/4 of the way through,
yeah.
and I was kind of in and out. But I was like, this movie is fucking awesome. Like, I woke up the next morning and watched it because I was
Okay.
like, this is. I mean, it's a movie you can watch over and over again,
And
and I noticed little things. So there's gonna be it's one of those movies that you're gonna notice things
the second
throughout
time,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And the subtle details, like even in the opening scene when you see the guy crack into hit the mode and he's doing like the backflips through the laundromat.
Yeah, yeah,
And it's
yeah.
on the security camera. Like, that's just so. It was so cool. Like,
Yeah.
it was just a cool scene. It was a cool movie. It's a.
Dude, let me put it this way. This movie, the directors could come out and be like, this movie is about climate change and oppression on trans and Black Lives Matter. And I would be like, fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's
I would be like, good fucking job.
Yeah, good movie.
That's how I want to
Okay.
see it done.
That's
motherfuckers.
how it
Yeah.
needs to. I swear to God, they could come out and say all that shit, and I would be like, "That's how you do that. Yeah. That's how you do that."
Yep.
Okay.
And I go watch it again.
I'm gonna have to watch it.
Please do.
There's no woke bullshit.
I will.
There's not. Even like they
The
they
daughter's
tease
gay.
it. They tease it.
the
though.
daughter's gay,
but they
but,
almost tease that.
I was.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's a scene where her mom's like talking about like, this is why you married you have a girlfriend now, and she's like, she stops and she's like, even now, you think
Yeah, that's a
think
big
me
deal.
dating girls is a big deal? Like, I just turned a baton into a dildo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's really awesome.
The fucking stone scene.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I mean, like
The pinata
it gives
scene.
you everything you need. Like, it gives you, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're laughing, dude. You're laughing. Then you're in awe of like the kung fu and the action, and then you're in awe in the kung fu of the action kung fu because it's the dude from Goonies doing it, and you're like, wait a minute, bro. Like,
Yeah, yeah, right.
this is the Goonies kid, and then it's like fucking.
Is it the Goody Kid?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's the Gadget Kid.
Is it Gadget?
Movie Traps.
Oh,
I think so. Go down to I mean, I could be wrong. I hope, I hope I'm not wrong.
right. Second down. Key.
Yeah, click in.
Wayman Wang.
Yeah, wasn't
Yeah.
he short round in
Maybe now that you said
Indiana
that.
Jones? Could be wrong.
Indiana Jones.
Indiana
Yeah,
Jones, short
yeah,
round.
yeah.
Goonies, Data. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
wow.
Data. Okay, yeah.
and X-Men.
That's what I said. Booty traps.
Yeah. And now his voice, even I hear it in his voice.
Yeah, you definitely hear it because I mean that was. I just did it,
I would
which is probably
suggest-
racist now. What I just did,
Ah,
it's probably
fuck it.
considered racist.
Fuck
but
'em.
that was the funny part of Goonies, right?
Watch it with subtitles.
I did. I do. I watched
Yeah.
everything.
I do
So
too.
that-
Mostly me too.
I do too.
Yeah, it's because they have pretty thick
accents.
accents
Yeah.
in it.
Who is she? What is she from? Because she was fucking great.
Michelle Yeoh. It's probably not how you pronounce it, but
What was
Crouching
she-
Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Oh, okay. Tomorrow Never
Never
Dies.
They
That's
have
who
a
she
they
is.
have a
Now-
Crazy Rich Asians
Keep going. I want to see more of what she's
Easter
in.
egg in it too.
I've never seen Crazy Rich
Avatar
Asians.
3. What?
It's terrible.
What is that? Avatar 3, 4, and 5?
Yeah, bro.
They're
They've
gonna
been
be
making that
making
shit
that
for
many?
like 30 years now.
The Witcher,
No, keep going down. I want to see older shit.
Star Trek,
She was in Shang-Chi. Okay. That's where I remember her from.
Guardians of the Galaxy too.
I don't know who she plays.
She's been in quite a bit.
Yeah, a lot of movies. The Mummy,
She's great though. And the daughter's great.
Moonlight Express.
The daughter's awesome in it.
Daughter's real fucking good in it. Yeah. I
They-
mean, everyone's
they,
just.
yeah,
it's
they
just-
literally
it's just-
knocked this movie out the park.
Dude, I just don't get how it's not like. I mean, it's got to become a cult. It's got to
Classic.
become a cult classic. It just. I mean, it's weird because everybody we know is talking about it. You know, like we listen to a lot of people talking about it. I don't know, does Rogan talk about it at all yet?
Yes.
He
but
has?
I don't think he'd seen it. It's been brought up on a show a few times.
Okay, yeah. This I don't know how well it did in movie theaters, but I'm just saying I'm not seeing like
Enough.
enough.
It's literally one. It's one of the best movies I've ever watched.
It really is,
Yeah.
man. You know, and yeah.
God, the fraction.
I think it changes things.
The
I
way
think
they
it's
fractal the screen.
yeah.
Oh, it's
that's what I'm
so
saying.
Cool.
I think it's gonna be it should be a game changer on just visual cinema.
Yeah.
You know, whatever they did for things. Like
Who's this director?
It's got to just like the Matrix did.
Dan Kwan, Daniel whatever.
Click on the first one.
Yep. It's going.
Okay, he did Swiss
Swiss Army.
Army Man.
That's an interesting movie.
I like that movie.
Yeah.
That movie was a really good one.
The farting threw me off. If you've seen Swiss Army Man, you know what I mean. It is
But that's
cool,
that
though.
comedy
Yeah.
that you see in this movie.
It is, yeah, for sure.
Okay, that's all. Do the other one. That's all I needed from him is that he did Swiss Army, because that was one of those movies I watched, late at night, and I was like, man, this movie's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
It's beautiful.
It is.
This guy knows what he's doing. He's eating
The
kids.
same guy must have.
Oh, they're like a team, huh?
I guess, yeah. Maybe they're.
Are they lovers?
I was about to ask that.
Why?
I'm okay with that, bro.
This is the kind of shit that brings culture together.
This is,
This
man.
is the shit that would fucking fix the culture war.
Doesn't
Bro,
matter to
I
me.
can run into an Antifa motherfucker tomorrow.
Hmm. And if you like
and
this movie, you'd be
he
like,
brings
let's talk.
He brings up this movie. I'm like, yo, bro, what's up?
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
Dude, the pinata.
Pinata's great.
The pinata.
The rock scene, like you were saying, the rock scene's beautiful. It's like
The rock scene gets touching.
The rock scene actually really reminded me. I feel like it was kind of the rock scene I've seen before.
Like the inanimate objects talking through.
Yeah. Yeah,
subtitles.
You know, but I really enjoyed it. Like I every time I see that done in a movie, I enjoy it. But there was it really reminded me of this scene in A Ghost Story. Have either of you guys watched A Ghost Story yet?
Yeah.
With
I've seen
Casey Affleck.
The longest pie eating scene in the movie ever.
Yeah.
Almost made me turn it off.
It's that's what he felt.
Yeah.
No, I know. That was the realness of it.
Yeah,
Like,
it's great.
You're watching that.
But when you watch that with somebody,
Yeah.
that scene was fine by myself. But when I I think I watched it with Rachel,
yeah.
somebody, and I remember being like, she was like, what the hell is going on here? But
Yeah.
at the end of the movie, you're like, oh, this is a great movie.
Yeah.
That
But
song.
it reminded me of the part where do you remember when he looks out the window and there's the other ghost?
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like,
100.
I'm waiting for somebody.
I went there too.
Yeah.
It's exactly
that part
it.
always hit me. That's my favorite part of the movie. And it's like, I can't remember who.
Yeah.
What's the
Damn.
movie?
A Ghost Story.
A Ghost Story. It's Casey Affleck gets this is a real pop culture heavy
yeah.
episode. Casey Affleck gets gets killed.
This is Everything Everywhere All at Once. We're all over
Yeah,
the
we're
place
just
today.
going. Oh,
he
there's
gets-
an original in 1981.
Probably just similar name.
Yeah, he gets killed and comes back as a ghost, and like has to come back and like he watches his like
Family.
fiance, you know,
Grieve
and everything. But then like time starts moving really weird, and all of a sudden there's like a family moving into his house, and like he walks into one room. And then when he walks out, like it's Christmas time all of a sudden, you know, and like when he goes into another room, like it's Thanksgiving.
Time's just flying
it's
by.
like yeah, things are happening and flying, and like he's got nothing he can do except like watch, you know. And he's trying to get to this note that she left for him, right?
Mm-hmm.
She like before he died, she put this note in like the crack
The
of
floorboard.
the wall.
Yeah, the wall. Yeah.
Like this crack, she put a little note for him in the crack of the wall, and so like he's just trying to get to this note, and he like can't get to it because he's like a ghost, and that's mainly what he's trying to do. But in the process, he's watching time go in front of him, and the way it's filmed is really cool because he wears his costume is really cool. It's like a really they're showing it right here. It's like your cliche
Ghost with a sheet Halloween, yeah.
like a sheet.
Which people shit on this movie for that, but
I think that's amazing.
yeah, it is. But people are like, I've heard people review this movie negatively because it's just a guy in a sheet. They just made the ghost a guy in a sheet. I'm like, well, that's
It's
actually
like symbolic.
why it's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why it's cool. It's like you're Ghost.
yeah.
Um,
They could have went anyway with it.
They actually had to use like a headgear. Casey Affleck had to wear like a headgear thing
To keep it on.
to keep it like level and everything, and which you wouldn't think of, but to keep like the shape of it. But yeah, and you see how it's filmed in that aspect right there, that ratio. So it's like a square.
It's
So
like
the whole movie's filmed like that. So as if you're like kind of like looking through
Polaroid.
a sheet hole.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
You know?
I never really thought of it like that. It was more like I thought of it like a 35 mil. I think
Yeah.
35 mil shot in that square. But back to everything, everywhere, all at once. Psh,
Yeah. I got teary eyed at the end.
yeah, it hits on every emotion.
Okay.
Every emotion. I mean, it is funny though. It is funny because
Yeah.
you go from that teary eyed moment to legitimately laughing.
Yeah.
Raccoon, dude.
Because yeah,
What?
Raccoon Tuli.
It's like
Raccoon.
raccoon. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Dude, okay, so
Raccoon, dude.
well, I'm not gonna explain that, but so
No, I want to watch it.
I don't know how far you got, but in order, so when you want to get, say you need to learn kung fu, right, and you need to tap into the version of you
That learned
in
it?
some universe that knows kung fu, all right. In order for them to find that person,
Yeah.
you got to do something crazy, okay? And like your operator will tell you, all right, if you do this, you'll have the most probability
Of finding him.
tapping into that person, okay? And it'll be something random like taking a paper and giving yourself paper cuts in between your fingers.
Okay.
All right. You cut yourself in between your fingers with a paper, right? And you will have the most
Success.
There's like a formula. There's like an algorithm that you'll have the most
chance of
opportunity
success.
for success. And so throughout the movie, they're just randomly doing this weird shit to tap in, and then there's times where like they don't have time to get like what the most accurate thing would be. Like she'd just be like, I need to find something, and like so she would just do something weird, like pour something in her eye or something, and then hit the button and see what happens, And
Okay.
instead of getting kung fu, she gets a version of herself that like knows how to cook really well.
Okay. Yeah.
And she has to try to use that to her advantage.
She'll find something that's like a spatula and then use that as her weapon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
So they're always doing this random shit because that's what it takes.
And
It
it's
takes
pretty
you
funny.
doing the more random and fucked up it is, the more of a chance you get what you want.
Okay.
Yep. That's perfect
Okay.
explanation.
All right,
Dude,
all right.
it is fucking good.
All right, I'm gonna watch it again.
It is good, man.
Yeah.
It's funny.
I love that I love how they break it. Like they break the screen and it splits up into those broken pieces. It looks so cool.
Yeah. I have to rewatch it again because I have to know what they're saying. Are they saying at the end, like,
It's a spoiler.
are they saying nothing matters? Or
A little bit.
does she because I know that they're saying nothing matters throughout it, but at the end is she saying that stuff does matter? I think she breaks that, right?
Yes, she does actually. No, you're right.
With the relationship of her and her daughter,
Yeah.
like it does matter, which is kind of because I was kind of like, oh, is this the woke? Is this like the
woke
woke
theme.
aspect of it? It
Yeah.
was like no, oh, we don't matter, none of this matters. And then I was kind of getting the idea of like, oh, it does matter.
Yeah, because it does play with those two concepts, like throughout the whole movie, and it's really touching on the idea that nothing matters.
Yeah.
But they kind of wrap it up in this family aspect, and it's really touching mother-daughter
family. Just
family,
Yeah.
Family aspect, you know?
So because I remember thinking that too. I was like, oh, is this like,
Just where
well, it still wouldn't even fuck with me if it was that,
Yeah.
because the movie was so good the
Yeah.
whole way through. I wouldn't care if it was like they were like, oh, nothing matters and you are gay. I'd be like, all right, yeah,
So good.
badass
Fine.
movie.
And I like how like they hit on some like Asian stereotypes and shit that are I've experienced myself, like her like the scene where her mom is like, like the daughter's looking for her mom to say something meaningful to her,
Yeah, she's
and
like-
she wants to say something meaningful to her, and she's like, you need to stop eating, you're getting
Yeah.
too fat.
Yeah.
You're getting fat.
Just blunt with her.
That's how a lot of them really are, and I've experienced that like at my work and stuff. I've had like old Asian ladies being like, your tattoo's stupid.
They tell you right to your
straight up.
face.
Yeah, like you should have done that to yourself. You look stupid with that, and like, and you just gotta be like, okay, I'm sorry.
Sorry, ma'am.
They're blunt, and
Very
direct.
blunt,
Yeah. They don't hide. Like Americans, we tend to like hide our emotions,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
they just
Okay, I'm sorry, ma'am.
yeah.
Disappoint.
God, it's a good movie. Everyone go see fucking
Rent it. Yeah, rent it.
$5,
Rent it.
whatever it is.
$6.
$6.
Totally worth it.
Jamie Lee Curtis kills it in it. Her character is awesome. And it's not even that important of a character, but she's great. And badass in it, too. Everyone's badass in it.
Who?
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Oh yeah.
She's that character is really cool. I'm looking at this trailer and I'm like still like I guess you can watch it, you can stream it, or no, hold on.
This is the different.
This is something
yeah,
else. Okay,
the
I was gonna say you can
next,
stream it from Apple TV, but no.
No, that's the next.
Rent
trailer
it
that
on
I played,
Amazon. Did you see the movie or the trailer for Bodies? Bodies, maybe?
No.
It's a horror movie with Pete Davidson.
Oh, I did see that. I didn't know what was going on, and I stopped paying attention to it. Does it look good?
Maybe.
I'm not a Pete Davidson fan.
I'm not either. I actually really don't like Pete Davidson.
Yeah.
Like
I'm excited for Nope.
no.
Jordan
Oh yeah.
with Jordan Peele.
I've heard that's great.
Yeah, I'm excited for that because it's like it's all UFO shit.
Yep.
And another thing is that movie was mostly filmed during the day.
Oh, and
They like nightimed it. You know?
Okay.
They did a really good job of nighttiming it.
Yeah. This movie does look good. This is out now too.
I don't even know what it's about.
Me
I really
neither.
don't even know what it's about. I don't want to know what it's about.
That's how I was with Everything Everywhere All at Once. Like
Yeah.
no one was. Every time I heard somebody talk about it, it was literally like we just gave out more than I had heard about it.
Yeah.
I hadn't heard nothing, and I was like, I want to
Yeah.
keep it this
We
way.
didn't spoil anything, just to let you know.
It doesn't.
Nothing-
There's no spoiler.
Yeah, there's no spoiler in this
It's,
movie.
It's just visually stunning and
fucking awesome.
yeah, great. I do want to see Nope though.
Yeah, I want to see Nope really
Yeah.
bad.
Is it the same universe too? Because they all connect.
I have no idea.
I think they all connect.
I don't know.
I think that Get Out. Get Out
Yeah.
and Us.
Us.
I never seen the other Us though. Was there another
Wasn't
Us?
it's just Us and Get Out?
Yeah, maybe it's this then. I think they all connect.
Okay. I wasn't too big of a fan of Us.
The trailer to Us was fucking awesome.
I did not like it. I'm just saying it was okay. It's filmed really well. I liked how it was filmed. It was like story, like ending. I don't think I like how it ended too much.
I don't think I did either, but I really liked it. I remember leaving the theater being like, "That was awesome."
How did it end?
Well,
You don't want to ruin it.
yeah,
Gotcha.
that's an ending, bro.
Sure, gotcha. Okay.
It's still it's not new, but he's coming out with a new movie, so people might not have seen
want to go
Us.
back and watch it.
I thought it was connected. It might not be connected. I could be wrong on that.
Who knows?
I like when directors do that. They like keep.
I
a
like that the
world.
guy. It's the main guy from Get Out.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, he's using the same actor. And he's using the dude from Michigan right there, from Detroit. That guy.
He's from Detroit.
Yeah, he's from Michigan. Dan's met him a bunch of times or some shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, at like Red Wings games or something. He was from The Walking Dead.
Oh, okay. I never watched that show. Yeah. So,
I might go see that tomorrow, actually. Who knows?
is it in theaters?
I don't know. Is it? If it is, I might go see it.
You can go to the movies?
Yeah. Well, it's Melissa's birthday tomorrow, so
Oh.
get rid of the kids and go do something.
Go see that.
Maybe go see Enzo. Find out. Do your fucking job, bro.
What do you want me to find out?
Oh, I wasn't listening.
You're like, oh, hold on. This one's got a slide action,
What?
and the pellets are black.
No theater times. No theater times. That's not gonna work.
Just, I want to know if it came out. Say,
It's out for sure.
no
A
release
couple of
date.
my buddies went and saw it.
Well, why'd you fucking ask me if it's in theaters?
I didn't know if it was still in theaters.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't-
then
July
it just,
22nd.
it just
Oh, okay.
came out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like everything, everywhere, all at once
Is that getting good reviews?
was
at all?
just in theaters.
It just had. Hold on. Let's see what it was on IMDb.
All right, what were we talking about?
I don't know. We're going into random shit.
Okay. Yeah, I had some shit going on. I was like focusing on that real quick, and you guys were talking about you guys are anti-trans or something.
No, there was a video of this lady. She was addressing. She's a Supreme Court nominee. Enzo, is that right?
No, she is on the Supreme
She's
Court
on
now.
the Supreme Court.
Let's see if we can get it up.
Just play the video, then pull your mic to it.
What about her though? What's going on?
It's
She's
just,
doing what?
Just listen to this. I think it's.
I don't know which one it is.
Oh,
That's
this
the
is
problem.
old. That's
yeah,
old.
these are old.
Oh, this might not be her.
Just happened recently.
That's
No,
why
it's
she
not
couldn't
her.
define a woman.
No, that's not her.
What was this person doing?
She's talking to somebody at the Supreme Court, and she says she's talking about if a man can be pregnant. Do you think a man can be pregnant? And the guy she's talking to is like, no, I don't think he can be pregnant.
Oh, okay.
You've seen the clip.
Okay, yeah.
And that was what I was trying to. Last episode, I was like at a mind blank. Remember, I was like, I can't remember what I wanted to bring
Yeah.
up, and it was that, and it's just.
This is so retarded. Look at the. Never mind. Oh,
It's
God.
just it's crazy.
Can
Like,
men get pregnant?
I know.
From Healthline.com. Yes,
Yes,
it's possible for
possible.
men to become pregnant.
Wow.
My God.
First Google
No,
search.
first hit.
Wrong.
And now
not possible.
Now what happens in what the situation I'm talking about is the lady says, "Well, what you're saying, the language you're using now is transphobic and will lead to trans violence."
Yeah, violence.
And it's just like, why would you slip that little bit in there? It's like you slip that little bit in there just for like assurance
this
that
one.
it does happen.
Yeah.
Yes, that's it.
This is 2 months ago. Let's still watch it.
Yeah, I didn't. This isn't like breaking news by any means, but this was just the clip that I wanted to talk about last week.
Thank you. Ms. Scanlon said a few minutes ago that this hearing is called because of the imminent peril to the right of abortion. Professor Goodwin, I guess you're the only witness presented
We'll
by the
skip up
majority
to
with expertise in the law.
right around there.
Example of a woman, you say that you are a woman. Can you tell me? Otherwise, can you tell me what a woman is?
Yes, I'm telling you, I'm a woman.
Is that as
No, this isn't it.
comprehensive
That's not it
as
either.
you can give it?
That's
It's not a big deal.
Definition.
I was like scrambling today to write it down in my notes too, and I could not find the girl's name. I literally just put transphobia in Congress.
This chick?
No. Oh no, yeah, that's it. That is it.
Biological man of bearing a child. Is that not a fact?
Yeah, it's Hawley. He goes hard.
It's a fact, Sean, and you know what? But for today,
Yeah, so it's Josh Hawley,
Yeah, he always goes hard.
It's not only not a fact; it is religion to them.
and this is the clip
to
exactly.
affirm that men can get pregnant, and if you don't say it, then
Have children.
She's
That would be
Yeah, they're not. This is just a rundown of it, but the actual video of it is there a? She's a lawyer or something.
She's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, professor. That's a clean enough way of saying it. There we go.
You said several times, you've used a phrase, I want to make sure I understand what you mean by it. You've referred to people with a capacity for pregnancy. Would that be women?
Many women, cis women, have the
He knows what
capacity
he's
for
doing.
pregnancy. Many cis women do not have the capacity for pregnancy. There are also trans men who are capable of pregnancy, as well as non-binary.
It's the nose ring, bro.
So this
It's
isn't
the
really a women's rights issue.
it's the what's that called? The
We should
middle.
recognize that this impacts women while also recognizing that it impacts other groups. Those things are not mutually exclusive, Senator Hawley.
Oh, so your view is that the core of this right then is about what?
So I want to recognize that your line of questioning is transphobic, and it opens up trans people to violence
Right
by
there.
not recognizing that.
Wow, you're saying that I'm opening up people to violence by asking whether or not women are the folks who can have pregnancies?
So I want to note that 1 out of 5 transgender persons have attempted suicide. So I think it's important
Because of
for
my line of questioning?
Because-
So we can't talk
Yeah,
about it?
it's like
denying that trans people exist.
How's that
and
my fucking
pretending
problem?
not
How's
to
that
know
his
they
fucking
exist
problem?
I'm
is
denying that trans
dangerous.
people exist by asking
Are you?
if you're
Are
talking
you?
about women
Are you?
having pregnancies.
Do you believe
This is
that
a professor.
men
This
can
is
get
a
pregnant?
PhD, people.
No, I don't think so.
So you are denying that trans people exist?
And that leads to violence. Is this how you run your classroom? Are students allowed to question?
This is a
or are they
PhD.
also treated like this? Where
No, they're allowed to.
I love that. Are students in your classroom allowed to ask questions?
Learn a lot.
Wow, I would learn a lot. I've learned a lot
I
in this
know,
exchange.
absolutely.
Extraordinary.
Yep.
Gosh,
Yeah.
it's the what's that called? The septum. The septum. Like
Yeah.
that's a red fucking flag these days, man.
The hubris is.
I'm not
just
saying if you
amazing.
have it, that means it, but if you have it,
if you just got
a red flag is going up for
Yeah.
me automatically. And you could prove me wrong on it, but
Man, that just
That used to be the thing.
makes me so angry as someone who like was trying to go into academia at one point in my life.
Yeah.
Seriously,
No,
like,
I
just
know.
Makes me
It's-
so angry.
It's disgusting. Like I just want to like how is anybody thinking that is logical by any means and not just like that's just is that gaslighting? That's
Yeah,
gaslighting.
it is gaslighting.
That's
Gaslighting.
gaslighting.
Because what pisses me off is that like the level of confidence that person has when they're just spouting bullshit. The level of confidence and the snide, like smug aspect.
Well, and the
just-
guy
ugh.
breaks it down. He's like, are your students allowed to ask you questions, or are you just immediately dismissing them, saying that they're transphobic and they're not allowed to ask questions? It's like
She's
that's
a commie
dangerous.
subverter. She's not a professor.
yeah, for sure. That's some straight up communist
Yeah.
bullshit. We lost somewhere.
Yeah,
we
no,
lost
dude.
somewhere.
It really makes
somewhere
me-
we lost for real.
Big time.
Yeah.
Big time.
I thought I saved it somewhere.
Oh, look up a gay swastika too. Yeah.
Do I want to?
Yeah.
Swastika. All right, this episode's just going off the rails here.
Well, no, I wanted to talk about gaslighting real
This
quick.
is a quick one.
The pink swastika.
So okay.
Some guy. No, not that. Look up.
The trans flag swastika.
Yeah, there it is. So
This
this
one.
guy posted this picture, trying to support the trans community, and
Who?
he's like he's a vet of he's from England or some shit, and he reposted this picture, and he was like trying to support the community,
Yeah.
and it's like, and he ended up getting like fucking they fined him, and they came after the government.
Who is he? He's a what? Is he someone important?
Lawrence Fox.
Let's go to the website or the article on the Jewish Post
Yeah.
or the Jewish Chronicle.
Lawrence-
Failed mayoral candidate.
Yeah, I think he was trying to be mayor of London. Lawrence Fox is his name?
Are you sure you
Yeah.
didn't do this on purpose? It looks like he did that on purpose, and I still love it.
No, because he didn't even make it. He was reposting it from someone.
Okay. He knew what he was doing. You don't repost that. It's a fucking
Yeah, I know.
swastika. I mean, I think it's brilliant.
It
The
is,
first
yeah.
time
Image is brilliant.
I looked at it, I didn't even see it. the first time I just literally saw the four flags.
Really?
Because it's kind of, it's like one of those like red dress, blue dress kind of deals. Like if you don't know what you're looking for, I probably set this up wrong. I should have just had this image and showed it to you guys and seen what you see first.
I saw this already.
You've seen the...
Bro, I'm laser focused on any symbols that look like that. Just kidding.
Oh, Lord.
I'm just kidding, guys. No, I'm just joking.
I mean, the swastika... And the thing is, so the guy gets heat for it, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, the swastika isn't only a Nazi symbol. And everyone knows that. We can talk about that for days.
Yeah.
Like, it's a Hindu symbol, too.
But when it comes to the gay community, it really does reflect the Nazi ideology. Yeah,
well, whoever was in the gay community, I believe they made this image. And I don't know if they made this.
Believe
image.
everything I say, or we will fucking execute you.
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
no, the fun
take away your kids.
And then the other, so the other irony of this is that this guy had to go to a re-education camp because he posted this. So they fined him, and he said he wouldn't pay the fine because he's like, I didn't create this image. He's like, I just was reposting this as an ally, and so they ended up. I think they arrested him and then made him take like re-education classes.
Where is this? London?
London.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, man. It's coming.
Oh, yeah, bro.
It's coming, dude.
So
places in the world that were supposed to be the freest.
It's just, isn't that just, it's just irony. So they ended up sending this guy to a re-education camp.
Yeah, I know.
Because he posted he accidentally posted a swastika.
Fuck around, get yourself put in one of those re-education camps. They probably put you on some fucking heavy-ass drugs. And
so it's almost like, is it a psyop of who made this? So let's say this person is an LGBTQ ally, and they make this so they have someone repost it, and then they can get them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I don't know.
It's messed up.
But you can't stop seeing the swastika once you know it's there.
I want to go back on that gaslighting thing. Gaslighting always confuses me, and I think it's bullshit. I think gaslighting is a bullshit thing.
Why do you say that?
Because it's like, okay, so like, what is gaslighting?
Gaslighting it's just like how they're like, it's basically how the government will tell you something.
No, I'm talking about one-on-one between one person to another.
It's like your partner being like, no, those signs that you're seeing that I'm cheating on you aren't real. You're just imagining that. That's
okay.
gaslighting.
There you go. There you go. So that's what it is. It's like someone saying the thoughts and the thoughts or your reality isn't actually reality.
Yes.
Okay. Now here's the thing. And so some people come on and be like, oh, my boyfriend or my girlfriend is gaslighting me because they're saying that, what I saw I didn't see, But it's like, it's bullshit, because what if they didn't?
I don't know. See,
you know what I'm saying?
What do you mean?
Like, what if the person accusing of gaslighting is the one that's in fact gaslighting?
Well, then they're gaslighting the other person.
Exactly.
Okay, well then
that's why
it's like, but what is it? Who's real? Who's right then? It's like and what if the person that's saying, okay, so if someone says, oh no, I saw you fucking you did this and that, and the other person's like, no, I didn't do this and that, you're gaslighting me. Or the person's like, you said this yesterday, and the person's like, no, I didn't say that yesterday, you're gaslighting me. He's a gaslighter. All of a sudden you're a gaslighter. Mm-hmm. But what if in reality that's what you heard? You heard that is your reality, that person did say that, and the other person's reality is that they didn't say that. Mm-hmm. Okay, so how can there be a gaslighting happening? Who's right and who's wrong then?
I mean, you could just say like,
whoever says that you're a gaslighter.
I've been accused of gaslighting all the time.
This sounds as if you've been. I've never been accused of gaslighting.
Oh, I'm always. Well, you gotta remember, I'm like the Trump racist, person at my work.
So it's probably some sort of argumentative tactic to
that retards use
to shut you up.
That's exactly what it is. Right? And that's what I've discovered, is because I will like say things like, "Oh no, like this study came out and it's showing that this, and this is happening." They're like, "You're just gaslighting me."
Yeah, that's because they don't know what the
and
word
all
means.
all of a sudden, it's basically like racist. Like it's like me saying like, "Oh no, Trump did this and this and this and said this," and they're just like, "Well, you're like," or me being like, "Hey, prove to me that he said this." Like you find me a video of him saying that you have proof, and I'll be like, "I'll give you my entire paycheck next week."
Yeah.
No,
I'll shake on it right now,
like, "You're
and then it'll just be like, "You're racist," you know?
Yeah.
So is that's
Or
the same
you're
thing.
gaslighting
Yeah,
me,
it's a
you know?
it's just a cutoff of the argument.
That's not real gaslighting though. That they're just using a strategy.
But even in other like in
Well,
real
didn't we-
gaslighting, what I'm saying is like, I'm sorry, but I have a feeling that women accuse men of gaslighting more than men accuse women of gaslighting. I could be wrong. I would just put money on it.
I think we
All right,
just
well,
accused a woman of gaslighting.
But let's just say it's not women versus men. Let's say it's
Okay.
like two men, or like your boss.
In a relationship, though,
Let's just
I'm
say it's like
saying.
your boss and you, It's, I mean, real gaslighting does happen, I'm sure. But I think you're right.
Yeah.
That word is
Yeah,
often
I'm
thrown
sure.
around.
Yeah, okay, I'm sure it does happen. And it's like, so I guess it like, yeah, I said it's bullshit, but it is a real thing. But it's kind of like, I feel like in
Overused.
today's society, it's like racist.
Yeah.
Like it's been overused. It's losing its meaning. It's losing its real meaning, and it's being overused. It's being fucking It's being accused too much on people.
Yep.
To where like I said, like
like weaponized.
If I thought you said something, and you thought you didn't say something, like who's the gaslighter?
well,
in
like
that situation.
in the past situation that we were just talking
But
about,
one of us can be like, "You're the gaslighter."
we just said that she was gaslighting because the definition of gaslighting is an emotional abusive strategy that causes someone to question their feelings, thoughts, and sanity. Like with what just happened in that video with that professor,
Yeah.
she was saying
Gaslighting.
that questioning that if a man can be pregnant is transphobic and can lead to trans violence.
Yeah, but that definition right there is a problem to me. The definition of it. So this is what is gaslighting? Gaslighting is an emotionally abusive strategy that causes someone to question their feelings, thoughts, and sanity. But like what is wrong with getting somebody to question their thoughts, their reality, or their sanity?
Well, this is in the case. It's a strategy for abuse. This is for abusiveness. It's not like you're getting someone to question your reality. You're specifically trying to harm them. You know what I mean? Like it's like, oh, the election happened. We all saw it was obviously freaking faked. And then they told us the next day, no, you didn't. You didn't see any of that. None of that happened. That wasn't real. People that were, you know what I mean? It's like purposely trying to make you.
You're just getting gaslit by the wrong people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No, or it's like, or you're getting accused of gaslighting by dummies.
Right, that don't know what gaslighting is. It's just like a buzzword that they heard.
Yes.
It's like trendy, and so they're, oh my god, you're gaslighting me.
Yeah, so that's what I thought. Like I was like, I think it has like, is it only used by like libbies, and shit like that? Like, that's the only time I've ever heard of the term being used, but it's just an actual. It's an actual thing.
It's an actual thing.
I don't like the term of it. I don't like it's. I don't know. I think it's stupid. I think that right there should be called psychological terrorism.
Yes.
Yeah,
I think that sounds a lot cooler too.
Well, that's what
you're psychologically terrorizing me.
Yeah.
Why do they call it gaslighting?
Doesn't that sound more real? Doesn't that sound like more like what it is? If I'm getting in your head.
Yeah, and you're like spouting some fake shit.
Yeah.
To make me question my own thoughts.
Yeah.
Right? That's what gaslighting is.
It came from a 1944 film
terrorism.
called Gaslight.
A 1944 film?
Yeah.
Huh.
It's obviously a term that's being thrown out way too much, and it's being overused and for weak cases.
It's losing its meaning for sure.
It's losing, but it's also it's becoming damaging. I think it's becoming damaging for reality. Like the idea of the accusations of gaslighting in itself is like a
gaslight.
mass gaslight.
Yeah, it's weaponized.
Yes, there you go. That's what
weaponized.
I'm looking for. Yes, exactly.
So you guys are telling me gaslighting is gaslighting
Yeah.
gaslit?
yeah, it's being weaponized,
Yep. So that it
and
can,
that weapon is being used more in AK-47s. You know.
Yep. Psychological warfare, man. Making everyone question what reality is. Like literally 10 years ago, no one ever would have questioned, can men get pregnant?
I'm
And it's
talking.
just like
I'm
they're
talking
hitting you.
smaller.
Yeah,
dude.
it's smaller, but I'm just saying,
yeah,
like-
like what you're talking about. Like, I would never even think that was gaslighting. I thought that was like 1984 shit. You know, like doublespeak and shit like that. You
Yeah.
know.
Which it is, though.
I guess so.
Yeah.
You know. But I'm just talking like on a small level, like me at work and shit. Like having some people accuse me of
because
gaslighting
those
just because
people-
I'm saying something they don't like.
Exactly. So those people are just using it to end a conversation.
Exactly. They're weaponizing it, and they're using it to
Shut down
they
discussion.
can shut down discussion, and I'm just the bad guy.
Yep.
Yes. Because they no longer want to hear your point of view.
Yeah. That's like, you know what? Just call me. You know what? Call me an asshole. All right, I accept that. Say I'm an asshole.
You're being an asshole.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't use these dumb words. All right.
They probably don't even really know the meaning
No.
of. That's the truth. Yeah, like even
Because
when I just used it, I was like, "Is that gaslighting?"
Yeah,
I was
don't
like,
don't
"Is
use
it?"
these dumb words and stuff. And they're like, I'm not using dumb words. And I'm like, yes, you are.
You're gaslighting them.
Yeah.
You know?
I gotcha. Gaslighting inception.
What are we on? We're on random shit.
I got something random.
Okay. Hit us.
All right, Dr. Disrespect is coming out with a new game.
This is pop.
Pop it.
All right, well, it's pop, I guess. All right. Well, he's coming out with a new game, and it kind of what we were talking about before. It's set in the 1980s, but futuristic.
What do you mean he's coming out with it? I'm sorry. Like he designed it?
Yes, he owns a game development company, and this is his first game that they're putting out. It's going to be just like Escape from Tarkov, but it is going to be what the future looks like through the lens of the 1980s. Here, I have the clip right up. It's not that one.
Is this
not
8
this
hours
one?
long? This
No,
8 hour
I have
long?
it exactly synced up. 47:29 is.
Okay, I'm just gonna play it so we can watch it. And,
Yeah, but you can
hide
see
out.
like the music that he chose, what they're gonna do with it. Like, all right, let's see if it.
All right.
But what were we talking about earlier about how they saw the future in the 90s, or like what they pictured the future from the 70s when they were making Mad Max? Like if you go back a little bit, Jim.
Is this the game?
Yeah, that's the gameplay.
Okay.
But if you go back to like 47:29.
Okay.
Yep, and then turn it up a second.
Are you going to show the audience this, or
Yeah.
can we not? Okay,
Yeah.
so if you want to know what we're talking about, check out our YouTube, or just check in Dr. Disrespect's new game. Is he showing us a clip, or is he showing us like a trailer?
He's going to show you the actual gameplay, but this is just the opening screen, and he's showing the building behind you that it's going to take place in. He's taking his time. I mean, you can hit the forward arrow key, and it will go forward. Just hit the forward. Right here, yeah. Yeah, just let it go right here.
So this takes place in the 80s?
Yes, it's
Keep
gonna-
going.
It's going to take place in the 80s, but it's like what the future would look like through the lens of the 1980s.
I thought you had this like queued up, bro.
Yo, I mean, keep going forward.
Keep going.
Keep going. Here we go.
Can they hear this?
Holy shit, all these fucking
They can hear
goddamn
this?
boys, man.
Okay. So who is this guy, though?
Just
Like, who is he? Just a gamer?
He
That's it?
He worked on the building. He worked on the team that made Call of Duty World at War. And then he became a streamer after that, and now he owns like a...
Okay, so he is a game designer.
Yeah, now he's a game designer.
Oh, wait.
Well, he was before, but now this is his own company.
Got big streaming.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know what his background was. So what's so cool about this game?
Okay, so fast forward a little bit,
This
Jim.
looks like... you gotta remember, I'm not a gamer like this, so this looks like every other so far.
Yeah, go for it, Jim. Let's see. Keep going. Yep. All right, here we go. So, or actually, keep going. Keep going. Till it gets to the outside. Yeah, right here. Okay, see that structure?
Yeah.
Okay. So, most games, they take place on a wide map. Like, turn around real quick. Look at me. Like, they take place on a flat surface like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, this game is going to be all in this big structure, and it's going to be vertical maps. And the way that it works is each like floor and level that when you get to that big building, you're going to basically travel up it. There's going to be other players in there, quests, high tier loot, and then you have to extract from certain places in this big structure at different times based on different conditions. And so basically like this area he's showing right here is like the hideout, which is where, I don't know, this is like just the first look at his game that he's shown. But
so are you able to like snipe? Are you able to snipe up levels?
I have no idea, but that's
and down levels.
No
so like
clue.
if you're on the bottom floor,
is this like a new thing?
It's a survival shooter. It's going to be just like Escape from Tarkov.
What's like? Is there something different about this game?
Just that it's his game. It's going to be, like I said, vertical maps. It's going to be like Escape from Tarkov, but more like futuristic.
So it's like Escape from Tarkov meets Dread.
Kinda, yeah.
Which takes place in a tower. The whole movie takes place in a tower, and they got to go up the tower.
Yep, and the art style is going to be
and then the art style is Blade Runner.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So I think it's going to be cool, man. I don't know. I like the...
I think it's cool if you can, like, if you're going to be able to go... like gain high ground, right?
Yeah.
So you're going to be able to go up levels and then look down at people who are just starting or whatever. If that's how the game, if you enter at the bottom and you have to work your way to the top. Is that what it seems like?
I don't know. I mean, if you go forward a little bit more, like this is literally the first look he's shown at everything.
He's just showing
like the go back now. He's playing COD right now.
So he's not really showing us shit.
No, like, okay, this part right here is showing the hideout, and he's saying, like, there might be another player in here that's, like, looting. You might need to basically you might need to go up, like, 40 floors to extract, which means you're going to have to, like, fight through these different players doing their other things, their other tasks.
What do you mean by extract?
Yeah, I don't know.
Extracting is like, okay, so normally these new games, they're called extraction shooters. So like normally when you play like COD, for example, the goal is you just go in there, you drop in and you kill and you get like a higher score. Well, these extraction games are like you're in a huge map and there's other players doing their own quests, doing their own things, and to get out of the map to survive with all the gear you've picked up, you have to go to that specific space on the map at a certain time and then extract. It'll be like a helicopter. Maybe like, okay, a helicopter's going to land on this cliff at like only this specific time. So you have to make your way there.
And is that in real time?
And this is in real time, that it's just constantly like happening, right? And so people know that extractions are coming, so they camp it, they hide out there, they wait for you to get there. It's just like, it makes the gameplay a lot more dynamic.
So the whole time you're looting and possibly fighting
other people, other whatever it's going to be, cyborgs in this, I don't know. You're picking up items.
But the extraction point in this game is going to be higher levels.
Right. The extraction point will be at a certain point in this building that's probably like only active at certain times. There's going to be multiple ones. So when you're in there, you might be at the top. Let's say you fly into the building and you land on the roof. He said earlier in the clip, like you're going to drive there or you're going to drop in or you're going to fly there. And then there'll be certain areas that you can extract out of based on certain conditions. Like if you're doing this particular quest, maybe on this particular floor, you can get out.
Interesting.
So that's what makes like Tarkov and those types of extraction shooters exciting.
Okay.
That's all I got though.
It seems like those extraction shooters, like they really make it so you have to play the game a long time.
I don't know. I mean, why do you say that? Like
because if you're waiting, so let's say you play Tarkov for an hour and you've got a bunch of loot,
Yeah.
you can't just leave until it's
can
time
try.
to extract.
Yeah, it's like high risk, high reward. No, there'll be multiple places, and certain ones will be like, damn it, this one I'm close to here, but I need this specific key, or like that one's up at the top, but to get there you have to go through all this like enemies, or it's just like it's supposed to be like where you're out there, you're filling up with loot, you're getting all this stuff, and you're like, all right, I want to get out, but I know if I go to the extractions, I'm gonna have to fight my way to get there. So it's like,
And
what's
if you
the
die,
best?
you lose all your
Die,
loot.
yeah, you lose everything.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
Interesting.
That is interesting. It's kind of a take on first person, an elaborated take on a first person shooter, or even battle royale.
Yes. And I like the whole, because we often talk about like 90s and 80s and that art style and how it was more gritty, and I think it's cool that he's trying to do that. Like he said, we want to make it a more mature game. I like that, you know.
So you're gonna play the shit out of this.
I'm probably going
When's
to.
it come out?
I have no idea. It's such early access. Probably not even next year. But
All right.
the idea of like
What's it called? Do you know?
Dead Drop.
Dead Drop.
Yeah.
Dead Drop.
The-
Yeah. Dead Drop.
The idea of displaying like a movie of, let's say like you made a movie and it took place in the 70s, but showed what they thought the future would look like in the 1970s, or like in the 90s, what they thought the future would be like, and how that like changes, and how if you were in the 70s or the 80s and you were thinking of the future, like subtle art styles or subtle changes to whatever it was, like your guns or your clothing, even though they would be futuristic, they still might have like that 70s flair per se. I think that's kind of like an interesting take on like futuristic movies, I suppose. Like, if
Well,
that
like
makes
like
sense.
what we talked about with Predator 2.
Kinda, yeah.
Like how it's like
Yeah.
7 years in the future.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
like what they
Yeah.
thought it would be like at the time.
Yeah. That's cool. But speaking on things I'm never gonna play, I
Okay.
I'm not.
Yeah,
I don't think it's not cool.
I got you, I got
just
you.
think I'm not a first person shooter.
Never say never, Jake.
What's he releasing it
I'm just
on?
not good enough to play something like that.
They were talking about it. He said for sure PC. He's like, but eventually we're gonna want to do consoles. So
Okay.
yeah.
I don't fuck with baseball. All right. Just don't. I don't
Okay.
watch baseball. I don't hate baseball, but I just don't fuck with it. But I caught myself reading this article. I was reading this article for like 20 minutes the other day, and like ignoring my family because of it.
Okay.
And it's because it's fucking. I never knew this, and it's fucking fascinating. Did you guys know that every baseball, in-game baseball played with in-game has to be mudded?
No, what does that mean?
Do you guys know about
No,
this?
this is something you should have brought up on Dan's episode.
Oh, I just learned about it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So for like 100 years now, all right, the MLB has been paying this one family. They pay them about $20,000 a year to deliver them this certain mud from a secret spot along the Delaware River. All right, and they use this mud to mud the balls, to mud game balls, and every game ball must be mudded. All right. And this, how it started was, so when a baseball is made, right, a baseball right out of the factory.
Oh, there you go. Snapshot.
There you go. When a baseball comes right out of the factory new, it's got a shine to it, right? It's got a shine, and it's got a slickness to it.
Yeah.
And baseball players, especially pitchers, hate it.
Yeah.
All right. And they always have forever.
Okay.
And what they used to do is, back in the day, they used to spit fucking chew on it. They used to spit chew
Like,
and then put dirt on it and rub it in.
Yeah.
Right. And that's what made they liked the feeling of it that it did to the leather, you know. And the problem is that it would turn the balls like fucking like this ugly brown, right? Like this dirty brown, dark brown, because of the chew and shit.
yeah.
And what happened was this guy who was like a shitty pro player, and he became for a really short time, but he became a coach. This is like 1910 or some shit, right? His name was Lena Blackburn. Lena Blackburn. Baseball mud. There you go. Okay, so his name was Lena Blackburn, and he became a coach. And I don't know how. Somehow he found this secret spot along the Delaware River, all right, that had this mud, and he decided to try it on the baseball for some reason, right? And it turns out this mud has something in it, some type of mineral or some shit in it that gave the ball the feel that he was used to, but it didn't turn it shitty brown. Okay, now it gives it a tint, you know, it gives it a darker tint, but it keeps it white. It just turns it off white, right? And so he started using that with his team, and then other teams were like, holy shit, how'd you get the ball to feel like this and look good still, you know, and be white? And then it just became a thing, and they started selling it. He started selling it to other teams and shit, and then it just became a tradition. And now every team must have, the MLB buys this mud and delivers it to every team. They all got a big bucket of it for every season, right? Mm-hmm. And sometimes teams run out of it quicker, and then they got to call this. So, and then what happened is it's been passed down because it was this coach, and then he had his friend help him, and I think it got passed down to the friend's family. So now they take care of it. So now it's just one guy who's been doing it for the last like 3 decades, right? And what's his name?
It's pretty cool.
His name is Jim Pintliff, all right? And they now he drives 70 miles every 3 months or so. He drives 70 miles, and he hikes like 2 or 3 miles into this wooded area and fills up buckets of mud and then sells them. And then you can also buy it yourself. Like, you can buy little personal things of this mud. And it became, so what happened is, I guess the article was saying that the MLB has been really cracking down in the last like 15 years about like consistency on things, on like a Nazi level of consistency. Like, you guys have to have the same shoelaces, you know. Like, so they don't want other teams to be able to say, oh, well, they do it like this, and that's unfair, you know.
Yeah.
And so I guess the article was kind of talking about how the MLB has been trying to figure out ways where they don't got to buy this guy's fucking mud anymore, right? Like, they hate that the fact it's like they hate the fact that they got to pay this guy for some fucking mud, right? So they've been trying to develop techniques on new balls to make them feel that way. The problem is, it's because it's such a tradition that goes from the pros now down to the minors and the college and everything like that. It's such a tradition that players aren't fucking with anything but, you know, like now at a young age, a really good baseball player, dedicated baseball player, even from a youthful age, knows how a baseball should feel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How a baseball should feel when it's mudded. And so no players are fucking with all these new techniques that the MLB's trying, so they're kind of shit out of luck, right? Because nothing they're doing is working. But it's just funny because since that's happening, what they're doing now is that every baseball team has a person within their club that like is responsible for mudding the baseballs, right? And the problem was that like every club had different techniques on how they mudded it and shit like that. Yeah. So now they send out a memo and everything, like a league-wide memo being like instructional video being like, all right, you have to. So like, I guess it gets really into like how crazy they are with baseballs now, because like you know, a baseball will feel different from a baseball in Michigan compared to a baseball that's been sitting out in Florida.
Oh, because the humidity and the weather.
Humidity and shit like that. So teams are required to keep their game balls in like humidified rooms set to a certain temperature, right?
Yeah.
So they have to keep their balls at a certain temperature, at a certain humidity, and they now have to mud them a certain way. They have to be mudded.
They follow a mudding procedure.
There's a mudding now procedure and shit like that. And I just thought that was really, really interesting. That like, you know,
baseball is like a sport of like
superstition,
so much superstition and madness. Like they all have like crazy rituals, and it's a sport based on tradition. So like they really were having a hard time adopting like instant replay, like. like
Because it just takes the-
yeah, and it's almost like they don't need an umpire anymore because they could
What do you mean?
like tradition. Baseball is based
No,
off
but
tradition.
the replay. Why?
So like you know how all sports will have like challenge, replay challenge.
Yeah.
Baseball was like last to adopt that because they're tradition based. It's an American traditional sport, and they really don't want. They have the umpires that
And they
make
call
the
shot.
judgment. Yeah,
Whatever they say it goes.
Yeah, same with like.
That's how they didn't want to do the camera every single time for every single offside call.
Yeah.
You know, if the ref calls it, I think in hockey it's like
Yeah.
You get a penalty though if you're wrong. Right?
Yeah, if you're wrong.
Penalty,
Yeah, that's how it is in football too. Like if you
Okay.
challenge it and you're wrong, you lose the timeout.
Okay.
So, but baseball, because they're so tradition based, it's kind of funny because it's actually not consistent for that aspect. Baseball has inconsistencies, being like depending on who the umpire is, where his strike zone is. And,
Yeah.
you know what I mean. It's
Yeah, I
a
think that's what
human
the
eye.
article is kind of talk. That's what they're trying to crack down on is the inconsistencies
Yes,
of that
Of
occur
the human
because
error.
of tradition. and
Yeah.
shit like that.
that is that's crazy though. And baseball has so much superstition
Yeah.
and madness. Like, and if you ever watch a professional baseball game, you see how often the pitcher switches balls. It's almost like
Obsessive.
yeah.
See, yeah. It's obsessive.
If the ball hits the ground, like he's getting a new ball.
You don't like
it's-
it,
No,
yeah.
I don't want to use that ball anymore.
Yeah.
Like, it has to be. I thought it would be a new ball, but it's obviously a worn, mudded ball.
a mud. See how it says that
Yeah.
rubbing Leno Blackburn rubbing mud, a secret of the game, and that's what it looks like. It's like it looks like it's game used.
yeah, ball that fell in the dirt.
And as a baseball player, I played baseball as a kid, and I pitched. I loved a ball that was used. Like if you got a new ball, it was
Slippery.
It sucked. Yeah,
slippery.
It's very
That's-
slippery, and you wanted one that was worn and beat up. And even back in the day, pitchers would use pine tar, and they get caught with pine tar in their glove.
They're not allowed to do that. Are they?
No.
Are they still allowed to do that? Because
No.
it says something about that they're cracking down on that.
I don't think they're allowed.
So it's still being used. I don't know if it's legal or not, but
They're
whether it's
probably-
legal or
Didn't
not,
they
it's
put it
still
on bats too?
it's still being
They
used.
do. They
Like,
still put it on.
Don't they
bats.
keep it on like their hat or something like
Yeah.
that or something? And-
I don't know if it was pine tar on the ball. I think it was, so that way
Yeah.
they can add more spin to the ball.
Yeah,
so if
they
it's
can make it do
stickier,
things, yeah.
it's stickier. It could have wild move. I think baseball. So, hot take on baseball. I think it's probably one of the hardest professional sports to be good at, especially as in hitting a professional baseball from a professional baseball pitcher, because they're throwing it.
So fast.
There's not
Yeah.
only fast, but the amount of movement and spin they put on these balls, 99 miles an
Yeah.
hour. You got to be swinging the bat before the guy pitches, practically.
Yeah, I'm gonna disagree with it being the
crazy.
hardest though.
I mean, I don't.
I'm not saying that's not fucking
They
insanely
say it's
hard.
one of
What-
the hardest feats in sports is hitting a pro
baseball.
fastball.
Next to golf.
That's fine,
Yeah.
but the hardest sport I would say would be a sport that's you need to be
Combat or contact.
more trained, physically,
but you can get there.
perfected.
But you can get there.
Like I
A
don't
lot of
see that in
players
baseball
aren't.
players.
Yeah.
It's I think more now.
But yeah, hitting a baseball, dude. I've tried. Like I went to a batting cage.
Yeah, you can't hit it-
before.
you can't hit
I
it
can't
60.
Hit 60, bro.
I know
60.
you can't hit it 40.
Yeah, bro.
No.
Like,
No,
That's crazy.
I'm
to
like,
think
give me the
about.
softballs, man.
extrapolate
Doing
that.
the softballs. Guess what? Can't hit softballs
No,
either.
yeah.
With enough practice,
Scary.
though, with enough practice, you can run a football down a field. You can catch a football in the air.
Well, I mean, with
You
enough track,
can-
you can hit a baseball.
But 90 miles an hour, bro.
The crazy thing is, like you said, you got to
I
start
think.
swinging.
Well,
by
I
the
mean,
time you,
I
like,
think
he
throwing a
releases.
baseball. I'm sorry. I think throwing a baseball at 90 miles an hour is.
harder.
I think that's more of a feat than hitting it. I don't know.
I don't know.
Because you're using your nothing but your
Well,
body.
either or. Either or.
Even with
Both
hitting
ways,
it,
yeah.
with hitting it, you got a tool there.
Yeah.
You got some type
Yeah,
of
yeah,
tool
yeah.
where you're throwing it that fast.
You are the
That's
tool.
that's
Yeah.
that's wicked.
But I think golf is harder in that aspect. I think watching professional golf players hit that ball consistently,
Yeah.
and I've played, I've played both sports, and like you said, like going to the batting cage is hard.
Yeah.
Going to the driving range is hard.
Yeah, it's hard to hit a ball straight.
Imagine trying to
And then being able to curve it
and make it go
do what you want.
where you want it to go. That's hard. Like, yeah, of course, like sports are harder. Like, yeah, you have to play hockey, you have to learn how to ice skate.
Yeah.
So that
That's
is
tough.
yeah, because you have to be almost born into that. You have to be born on the ice. Like picking up skates and being able to skate is really hard.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess hardest is not really it's not the hardest sport ever, but it's fucking incredibly difficult to hit a professional baseball, and these guys just crack them,
Yeah. And like I like baseball. Like I like the game of baseball. I wish like I had time in the world to watch it.
Yeah, it's a cool.
Do you know what I'm saying?
It's a cool sport
like,
too.
Like it's chill.
Yeah, it is.
And I
chill.
like that about it. It's just that like my life isn't chill. Like it's like if I won like the lottery and
you saw yourself going to games and
if I'm set for life, dude, like I don't gotta worry about work tomorrow or what I'm doing tomorrow. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I'd watch a fucking baseball game.
You want to know something
I'd put the
cool
baseball game on.
about baseball too? Is that listening to a baseball game is wildly relaxing.
That's understandable.
Those guys and the commentators that call radio baseball games are fucking artists.
It's like the opposite of listening to a hockey game.
Yes.
A hockey game almost gives you anxiety.
It does. Yeah. Like baseball, baseball, they'll have stand-up comedians come in and sit in on the broadcast and they're talking, there's just this time and leisure to this sport. Like it's just I like baseball too. I had the Tigers were really good in like 2012, 2013, and I got into baseball then. And people at my work were into baseball, so I was like, oh, I better, this gives me small talk.
Yeah.
But then I really got into it.
It's like I think baseball is boring.
Absolutely.
It's boring. It's a boring game to watch, but I don't hate it because it's boring. Like I don't hate it. Like that doesn't make me hate it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's okay that it's boring. It's just
you have to accept.
It's just boring.
Yeah, for sure. It's boring.
I need to.
This is what it is.
I want to be retired and sitting on a porch.
Yeah. Yep. Put the ball game on the radio.
Ball game on.
Yep.
Like that's what I want.
Yeah.
That's what I want to listen to a baseball game.
Yeah.
I respect that. I respect baseball.
Back on pop culture real quick.
Pop.
So rumor is Tom DeLonge is coming back to Blink-182.
Okay.
There's a rumor that that's happening. I don't know. We talk about Tom here. We
don't know how we feel about Tom here.
You know how I feel. Go see what he puts out here. So I find that interesting because you probably don't fuck with any of the new Blink at all,
no,
right?
Blink-182 is dead to me without Tom.
Yeah. And it is. It really is. I liked their California album, the first album they put out.
With Matt Skiba?
With Matt Skiba. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed they released a B-side of it, right, which was like a whole different album. And I really enjoyed the B-side of it more. The reason I didn't love the album was that it was just so cookie cutter formula.
Okay.
Like every single song was a cookie cutter, first chorus, little bridge, chorus, end, and it was just like every song was like the fucking same, But I didn't think Matt Skiba did bad. I thought he did good in it. And it's got bangers in it, but then they came out with another album, and it's like it's even more like overproduced, like way overproduced cookie cutter formula. And it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
like, it's making you say like, what are you doing?
Just making money.
Don't ruin something good,
like,
right?
Why would you make this album like this? Like you're better than this. Like you're better than this. So I'm hoping that Tom does come back and they make like one more cool album together. But it's kind of cool that because like nobody really knows because he's been talking about how the cancer thing is what brought them together back together. Because that's what made them start talking.
He healed him.
He healed him, bro.
He said that. I don't know. He healed him with some sort of Masonic witchery.
Oh God.
Yeah, bro. Yeah,
did.
bro. Because
He-
like Mark was supposed to die.
Yeah, he was like, I put him in touch with my people.
Yeah, he
and
did say that.
He did. Yeah.
He said I put him in touch with my people.
Yeah, and they.
His fucking demons.
Yeah.
Demon friends, bro.
Oh shit, bro.
Or his AKA his alien friends.
Sure, you want him to join Blink again?
You
You're
know?
like, fucking, I don't care.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
Yeah,
the
dude.
It's
It's like that movie.
can
It
do
doesn't
no
matter.
wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel that way about Leonardo DiCaprio. Like they could come out with some wild shit about him, and I'm still watching like every Leo movie. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. So that's what he healed Tom, right, with his
witchery.
his witchery, his people, and that's what reconnected them. And I guess he's mentioned that he wants to come back to Blink one day. And then Matt Skiba hasn't been featured on like their Instagram in like fucking like 4 and 5 months now. Like
Okay.
they don't post any pictures
they're
of
probably-
Matt. And then in an interview, they asked him like, "Hey, what's going on?" And Matt Skiba's just like, "I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't really know what's going on. It was fun, whatever it is."
Yeah, he's got to step down. No big deal, right?
Yeah,
Like,
well,
he got
he's-
to join Blink 182 for.
Well, of course he's got to step down. He's nowhere near level of Mason
No.
as Tom.
No way.
Nowhere near that.
Tom's like, I think Tom's
33.
probably 33. He's got to
Probably,
be at least 32.
Oh
Or
yeah,
at least 30s. He's in the 30s, bro.
He's
Like,
at the
Tom's-
witchcraft level. So
Tom's in the 30s. Like
He's at
whether
the
it's low
healing
30s or
Mark
not,
Hoppus.
like,
he's in the blood magic.
he's
level.
somewhere where Matt Skiba ain't.
Yeah.
So he's got to step down and kiss his feet.
Did you ever fuck with Alkaline Trio?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because of you.
Yeah,
you
for
liked
sure.
you liked Alkaline Trio, and
They're pretty dark.
Alkaline Trio is really dark.
Yeah.
They were like the dark Blink 182.
Yeah, a lot of
like
Satan stuff back in the day.
pop punk feel, but just real fucking. I
Yeah.
still listen to
That
Alkaline
album,
Trio.
that album in particular is
Which
really
one?
good.
That one?
From Here to Infirmary.
Okay. I
That's,
listened to the one with
Step one,
Slit my
throat. Step two, bathe in my blood.
Yeah.
Step three, cover me with dirty sheets and run laughing out of the house. That's a good song.
That's a great song.
I think that's on that record. If it's not that record, then pull up that track list real quick. I think it might be good-
Radio.
I think it's Good Morning.
Radio is a beautiful song.
Oh, Radio is.
It's
Yeah.
like when you listen to it and what it's about.
Because Alkaline Trio was, like you said, like they had the pop punk feel, but with dark lyrics.
Dark,
Yeah.
occult lyrics. Shit.
Amazing.
Blood
What is
Up?
this? From Here to Infirmary?
Yep.
Stupid kid.
Yeah, I think that's the record I like the most. I don't know though. There's two.
Who's the
records.
main? Is Matt Skiba the main vocalist on that band though, or is it the
Yeah.
other guy? Because I don't hear Alkaline Trio in him.
Matt Skiba is the.
It's
he's-
crazy.
he's
He the
lead.
made one.
Well-
He's singing that song. Step one, slip my wrist.
Founding
'Cause
lead vocalist
I know they got
for
two.
Alkaline Trio.
But I know they got two vocalists.
Yeah, I don't know if he sings that song. I know one of
You
them's
know.
one of them's a little deeper.
I just never hear him in Blink. Like
No,
I don't
either.
hear Alkaline Trio.
No,
in
I don't
Blink
either
at all.
and that's why I don't like it.
That's why I don't like it either.
Yeah.
That's what I thought we were gonna get.
Yeah.
Is a little bit some dark,
Yeah,
some little bit dark Blink here
with
and there.
badass
You know,
Travis drummer.
I thought we were gonna have some plus 44 plus Alkaline Trio going on in the albums, and it just wasn't.
Well, yeah, and the vocals.
They were trying to. It's crazy how like it was like the Matrix. It's like the Matrix 4. Like it's like a mimic of itself.
Yeah, does he mimic Tom?
Kind of.
Yeah.
In a
Yeah.
bad way, and he can't quite do it.
Nah, it's what it seems like. It's like
Because Tom.
don't be Tom. You're Matt
Well,
Skiba. You're a rock star already.
And
Like,
another thing was that Tom, after Take Off Your Pants and Jacket, Boxcar happened, right?
Yeah.
And Boxcar was Tom being like, "Yo, like, I'm addicted to drugs now. I'm addicted to painkillers. I just started hanging out with these Mason dudes. Like, I think we need to start making a little bit more raw music.
Progressive, raw.
We gotta
heavy
make
stuff,
we gotta make some little bit more grown up music, and that's what that's what the self-titled album or the Untitled album was.
Yeah.
You know, and it was a big step
Yeah.
forward for them, and then all those albums kind of feel like that, and then this is like Mark being like, oh, we got to go back to, you know, really poppy stuff.
Did they do another record? They did one more record after the self-titled, right?
Oh, they did like two and a half.
Yeah, I don't think I listened to
No,
any
one.
of those.
No. Yeah, they did. It's Untitled, and then they did Neighborhoods, and then Dog Eat Dog. Right?
So
Am I right? Am I correct?
Yeah. 9.
No, that's
This
okay.
is
So
Blink.
so Blink-182, so it was Untitled, and then Neighborhoods, and then in between after Neighborhoods was a EP called Dog Eat Dog.
Okay.
It was like a 5.
Is that with Matt Skiba or with Tom DeLonge?
That's Tom.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that stuff
And then
good?
California is with Matt Skiba, and so is 9. That stuff, it is good. It is good. It's very, it's you're hearing a lot of Angels and Airwaves in it,
Okay.
but it is good.
I-
I just recently have been giving Neighborhoods a lot of love,
Yeah, I gotta do that.
I never have.
I don't think I've ever listened to any songs off this record.
Yeah, neither did I before like a year ago,
Yeah.
and it is good.
Oh, look at that time. They almost did 10
And-
years before that record.
Oh yeah, that's because they went on a hiatus.
Because he was doing Angels and Airwaves.
Yeah, he was doing Angel Airwaves and.
Adrenochrome.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, dude. We're gonna if we actually found out that if we donate, if you invest in Tom's company to the stars,
Yeah.
you can go on his website and there's like a list of like, you invest $750, you get this, and this, and it goes up and up and up until like 50 grand. 50 grand, you get like a one-on-one with in person with Tom and talk about him. So me and Jim figured that if we can raise 100 grand through your help, the listener, all right,
We get him right here.
Right here.
we can get Tom DeLonge right here in the studio.
Yeah,
all right,
so
and we will hit him hard with the hard questions.
Yeah, we won't hold back at all.
We will hit him with the hard questions.
So Vimeo,
Okay.
Secret Hideout Podcast.
Yeah, exactly. We need to do a what's it called? What are those things called? Those websites where people just donate.
GoFundMe.
Yeah, GoFundMe.
That's actually a great idea.
It is, dude. Get Tom DeLonge on the Secret Hideout podcast.
That's not a bad idea. Can I put you in charge of that?
Sure, I can set it up.
Yeah,
You guys will have to
that's what I want.
blast it out to your followers on social
because
media.
I wanted to start making model yachts again.
Dude, when you fucking sent me that, holy shit.
You
dude.
like that?
I
Dude,
What?
died
I didn't
laughing.
Why?
I knew you were gonna
Holy
fucking like
shit,
that, dude.
I was at work. And I was like walking like on the floor and there's customers around. I opened this thing up and oh my God, I died laughing.
Why?
Dude.
What was it?
Because so Jake sends me a text. He says, if we donate 100K, we can probably get Tom on the podcast. And then he shows me the tier level system of the from To the Stars Academy. He shows me the photo. I said, "Put my house up?" ?
Yeah.
And then he says, "Nah, dude." And then he sends me a picture of a model large pond yacht model
What does that mean?
that's selling for $7 grand. So
He wants to
Tell
make
him the
it?
story.
Yeah, I
the
don't know.
backstory on this, dude, and that fucking had me dying, dude. I didn't even get a chance to tell you how good. Actually, I did not respond to that. Besides, ha 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 ha. So when Jake and I were in junior high, 9th grade, we just started the band, and we were like, we need to.
We were Blink-182.
Yeah, we were for sure trying, not even close to as good as Blink-182,
No.
but we wanted to be Blink-182. And so we knew that we had, in order to be a band, we were like, we need to make money though, because everything costs money. You know, we needed equipment and we needed, recording time and all this stuff. And now I don't know where.
I had him as a teacher.
So you
He was
had
my math teacher.
Jake's math teacher presented this idea that he was going to be starting a yacht club.
A mini yacht club.
A mini yacht club. I think it was just called Yacht Club.
It was called
Yeah.
yacht club. That's what it is. You're building mini yachts out of wood.
So his math teacher has this idea, and Jake says,
Well, he tells me that he's like, so that you build these mini yachts and like you carve them out of wood and everything, and then you build you put these real sails on them. Look them up, Enzo. Look up like mini pond yachts, and put them up on the board. So you put real sails on them and everything like that, and you paint them and everything, and then you go and you race them, and they have these like races and shit. And he's telling the class about this because he's trying to get people to join the yacht club, and he's like, yeah, and you could sell them. And I was like, well, how much do they sell for? And he's like, they could sell for $500 to $10,000. And it was just like, ding.
and we were like, even if we get a G out of these things, like
we were like, so I took it to Jim. I'm like, bro, listen to this idea. We build a couple of these yachts, and we'll fucking sell them. We can buy all the equipment we want.
We're gonna be Blink-182.
For some reason, Jim was like, that's a great idea.
So did you guys do it?
Yeah.
Did it work? No. Did you sell any?
Yachts, dude.
It was just too hard to finish. What was it?
It's fucking like it's like real ass woodworking.
Yeah.
Bro.
So you guys got the kit, and what
You
did
gotta
you do?
you gotta be like a
master.
fucking woodsmith for fucking 40 years to sell that shit. For like 10.
Look at this thing. It's I mean these things are beautiful.
Yeah. We fucking took the class though. We stayed after school like once a week.
How long did this go on? I didn't know you were doing this.
Dude, we did not belong in this fucking class at all. All right, like we're talking like it was like a lot of like nerdy type kids.
Yeah,
right.
I don't even
and like,
remember.
And like here we are showing up in our Dickie shorts and our fucking tube socks and Converse.
Come here, make some
trying
wood.
To, like talking like telling dick jokes. And these kids are like, can you guys just leave us alone? Like,
I think Jake almost killed somebody with the belt sander.
Yeah. So they got this, big fucking.
We don't even know. We don't know what it is.
I don't even know what the fuck it's called, man. It's this big wheel that spins real fast, and you sand the shit. And I took wood shop though. I did take wood shop.
That doesn't help this situation.
Didn't help, right?
What
I
did
built
you
a
do?
nice fruit bowl for my mom, by the way. But anyways, and you gotta like fucking sand this thing, right? And like it.
If you go the wrong way on it,
Yeah.
So you start with a block of fucking wood.
yeah, I couldn't believe this shit, dude.
You start with a fucking block of wood, and it was like carve your boat.
It's literally like it's like 9 2x4s like glued
Yeah.
together.
Yeah, and
know
you gotta
what I
like
mean?
chisel the shit and
Oh,
everything.
shit,
Yeah,
dude.
and like shape this fucking boat, and then like you gotta sand it to like make get the edges and everything. And I fucking was sanding this shit. I didn't know if it was me or you that did this in my memory. Was it me?
I think it was you. I don't know.
One
for
of
sure.
us.
Yeah.
We'll just say it was me. Fucking sanding this shit, and it
Flew.
fucking caught it,
Yeah.
and it flung it.
Oh, like a projectile, like a deadly projectile.
It broke.
Yeah, it did.
I had to start over, but it like flung at the wall, like.
Yeah.
Like if someone, like I think someone was like walking.
I feel
about
like
to
that too. I
Walk
swear.
right by and like. So we did this shit right, and we didn't even finish our boats. We painted them. Did you paint yours? I painted mine. I know that. I
You
painted
got
mine
further
red.
than me.
I got further than you.
I
But-
quit.
But
somewhere in there.
we were like, oh, so all we had to, I know all I had to do was like put on all the sails and shit, right? Which sounds easy, but it's not. So you had to put all these little screws in and all this little miniature rope work with miniature
didn't get that
pulleys and
far.
shit.
Yeah.
He got farther than me.
So, but that's all I had to do. But I remember we were walking home the last day of school. We were walking home and we had our unfinished boats in these boxes.
I think
And-
we're still in the mindset that we're gonna finish.
Yeah, we're gonna finish these at home.
Okay.
Sell them, bro.
All right.
For a G a piece. And we're walking home, and these at that time, our ninth grade was was the last grade in middle school. A lot of ninth graders is high school.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
where
yeah.
we were, it was the last
Yeah.
grade of middle school before you go to high school. So what was happening was
Junior high, yeah.
the 10th graders would come and they would pull pranks on the ninth graders, right? And we were walking home, and these kids from around our neighborhood, these 10th graders came up and they were shaving cream people
Yeah.
that were like walking home, right? These like douchebag kids, and they came up to Jim and I, and they're like trying to be intimidating, like scare us with this shaving cream, and we're like, oh yeah, dude, like rub it on my dick, you know?
Like, put it on my nipple.
Yeah, we're like, yeah, you can shave and cream us, bro. It's all right.
Telling them they could cream pie you?
Yeah, and they did, and like they had a great time, like filling us up with shaving cream, and like we thought it was fucking funny. But we had our stuff. We had like each had a box with our boat, and then we were walking home.
Can you imagine just us making it like so? These bullies, like they're just like these bullies, and then we're just like making it like homoerotic while they're doing it. So they're like doing it, and we're scarring them.
Yeah, they're like this isn't fun anymore. I know. You know. And so here we are. We're full of shaving cream. We're walking home. And a fucking cop pulls us over.
Oh, yeah.
A fucking cop pulls us over, and he's like, what do you guys got in the box? And we're like full of shaving cream. Yeah. And we're like, he's like, are you shaving creaming kids? And we're like, no, it happened to us. And they're like, what's in the fucking box? You know, and then we're like, our mini yachts.
Our model yachts.
And they're like, what'd you say, faggot?
Oh, God.
What's in the fucking box? Drop the box! I remember him yelling to drop the box. When Jim dropped his box, his boat broke.
Oh.
I don't know if this is
It's true. That his boat broke, yeah.
My boat was fucked, though. My boat was fucked.
I remember you dropping it and going, oh.
It worked so hard on
it had
that.
holes in it and shit. You had to like patch the holes. Remember?
Yeah. And my yacht's somewhere at my parents' somewhere.
Yeah, you got further. So
never finished.
During that time, I was also doing the show. So I was doing that public access show I was a part of.
Oh, yeah.
So I think at the end I stopped going to yacht club because I'd have to go to do the public access show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is essentially this.
Well, yeah, I mean, you stopped going because it fucking sucked.
Yeah, it was
okay.
Yeah.
You guys were like, we're not.
And it was a bad idea, but our heart was in the right place.
Jake Ritalin must have kicked in at the right time or something at that. Got him a little focused. He got into it.
Yeah, I'd pop 3.
You did get better. Yours was better than mine, significantly.
Yeah. Well, I took wood shop though too.
Yeah. So you had like skills of the sander. Maybe
I wasn't bad at wood shop. I didn't put energy into it. So, but yeah. So that's was our story of how we tried to raise money for our first band.
Dude, and that fucking text just got me, dude. Dude, it was so good.
But yeah,
that was so good. That was a banger, bro.
Yeah.
That was a banger.
I showed it to Melissa.
Did you?
Yeah, I told her the story.
That was a banger.
It was too perfect.
Oh, man.
So why don't you tell everyone where they can find us?
Yeah, check us out on Instagram at Secret Hideout Podcast, TikTok at Secret Hideout Podcast. Make sure you like, subscribe, share the YouTube video. Send us some comments. Tell us what you want to hear about. If you know some people that want to be on the show. I've been really wanting to have an active military veteran on the show. So if you know an active military veteran that would like to be on a podcast and talk some shit, it'd be awesome. I got a guy coming on next week that has seen Ghost as a child. So hopefully
he's coming on?
Hopefully. Yeah, hopefully he's coming on. So I got a confirmation the other day. He literally the most truest ghost story I've ever heard. So, but I'd like to have other people on, like I said, active military veterans, someone I'm looking for right now too. So,
and we're gonna start up. Are we gonna start up some fundraiser thing? I'm serious about this Tom thing.
Yeah,
we get $100,000. I really think we could. I'm like almost positive we could get Tom on here.
$100,000
because 50 grand will get us
50 grand.
Now hold on, I don't know what it means though. What is there a difference between investing and donating? What does investing mean?
Putting it towards their company.
Is that like a donation, or is that like does he want us to do 50 grand a month?
I don't know. It's a good question.
Yeah, so with the 50 grand, it says an exclusive in-person briefing with Tom and other experts on the state of what we know about unexplained phenomena.
Okay, so listeners, you want Tom on here. We all want it. All right, do us a favor. Let's get this fundraiser going. Get Tom DeLonge on Secret Hideout Podcast.
We're starting the GoFundMe.
We're gonna start the GoFundMe
going.
Get on TikTok. We're gonna once we get the GoFundMe going, we're gonna get the advertisement going. You know, we're gonna get the campaign going. Let's get them on here. Everyone asked Tom about aliens and shit.
Yeah, and remember, you're donating.
You know?
You're donating to a Masonic.
Yeah.
Cause.
Well, we're not donating to a good cause, but it's for a good reason. All right, I don't want to ask Tom about aliens. Oh, a little bit, but I want to ask Tom. Hey, what are they, bro? Are they fucking demons? What's going on?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Are you infiltrating?
Is the cabal real, bro?
Are you infiltrating?
I'm sure he'll tell us those answers.
We might lose our lives.
I might not be
interview.
here for that episode.
I can't wait to tell my parents that I crowdfunded $50,000.
100.
And you spent it on
$100. We need 100.
Spent it on an interview with Tom DeLonge.
Our childhood dream, our childhood icon, just so we can have us and all of them murdered.
I know, exactly. Yeah.
We're not crazy.
We just want to build a mini yacht.
We're not fucking crazy. All right.
Oh, man.
Always, don't listen to a word we say because we don't know what the fuck we're talking about. And please do your own research, and we will catch you on the flip side.
Peace.
Later.
Peace.